Me from the Bench National stream a couple months ago. And I'm super excited to be here for Powerlifting America's Open Nationals. It's a great venue. It's a beautiful location for it. It's my first time here at Lake Tahoe, and it's absolutely gorgeous. State line here, the little town, which is about an hour south of Reno. It's a gorgeous, nice little spot.
It's a beautiful venue, too, might I add, for a national event.
It's a great venue. It's a great venue. You know, it's it feels comparable to the spaces we've been in at Las Vegas, but a little bit more intimate, which is nice. And Kyle, we're rolling right into it. Platform 1.
We have Myra, yes, coming in with her first squat of the day at 107.5 kilos. And on platform 2, we have Hal, just from California. His opening squat at 145 today.
Shout out to fellow New Mexican Myra Armijo, representing the land of enchantment there. And that's a good opener, both platform 1 and 2.
Yes. Next up on platform 1, we're going to be seeing Zaina coming in with 117.5 on her first lift. Platform 2, Meniesa coming in with 152.5 kilos today for the opening squat.
Nice, easy one. It looks like Zaina is opening with a PR squat, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like her best previously, 110 kilos, opening at 117.5.
It's great to see that. That just means the training just was phenomenal. The preparation was there, and just coming to nationals to truly compete for a podium.
You know, Kyle, we talked before we went live about how important the mental aspect is, right? And that's a huge hurdle to get over if you're opening with a PR, just the confidence to be able to do that. And she's definitely confident enough. It shows. That's a good opener for her. We've got Manasa and Warrior, also fellow New Mexican here, representing the Native Gains team with a little slow but very smooth opener. What do the judges say? Yeah, good lift there.
Following up on platform 1, we have Olivia Quinn coming out from Boise, Idaho. Opening lift at 120 kilos.
That's 5 kilos off her personal best.
Next up on platform 2, we'll have Mr. Benjamin Matthews with a 175 opener.
Looks pretty conservative for him. His prior best is 210, so this should be a pretty easy conservative opener for Benjamin. Let's see Olivia.
So what's kind of the strategy behind kind of getting your opening weight in?
You know, it's hard to say. I think in these first sessions, you're going to want to be pretty conservative. You know, that's why we saw over on platform 1, we saw a PR opener. That's always an interesting call. But, you know, if you're not really shooting for position at the top, always want to be conservative. There's a lot of ways you can choose it. The most common one that you'll hear is that you're looking for, you want to open with a weight that you can do for 3 reps, that you can triple. So something that you can confidently do regardless of the situations. As Brittany takes her opener on platform 1, 125 kilos. Yeah, nice easy opener there.
Yes, we have Matt Haney on platform 2, his opening squat at 180 kilos.
And so you'll see, we have already seen a whole handful of different strategies. Matt stands up with 180. And yeah, it looked like he was just a touch high on that one. The side judges agree. If he sinks it maybe just about another inch, he's good to go. Is Jadela Patino.
Coming in from Austin, Texas.
Opening.
Yes, with 130 on the bar.
130, so 25 kilos under her unequipped personal best of 155. She's got a pretty good resume in equipped lifting. Her best in equipment, 200 kilos. So a weight that I would say mentally she's got to be comfortable with. And Brandon Flores taking 185, 10 kilos under his best on platform 2. But going back to the strategy of the openers, you know, you don't want to open so light that you have to make a huge jump into your second, but of course at the same time, you don't want it to be so heavy that it takes away from your energy for your second and third attempts, or there's a possibility of missing it as well. So it's a real fine line. I think a lot of that comes down to, we'll keep talking about the mental, the psychological aspect of it. That comes into play enormously, especially for these first attempt squats. You know, this will be 20 years for me competing in powerlifting, and the nerves that I feel before my opening squat just to get that first lift in, always huge.
And there's just an importance here at Nationals. Just hoping to qualify for the world team.
Absolutely.
It's just such a huge kind of preparation and kind of a mental state involved with these lifts.
Lot at stake here at Nationals. It's not just a local meet where it's about bragging rights and hitting some PRs. So much more on the line here as people try to make spots for the North American Powerlifting Championships, for the World Powerlifting Championships. If you lift well enough, this could potentially get you to some other big meets, like Sheffield, like Austin. As Daniela Fiesta takes her opener.
Next up on platform 2, we have Jamison coming in with 190 kilos on the bar. Looks like he's rather new to the sport. It's great to see him out here at Nationals. It's great to see all these kind of young people in their lifting career being able to compete on such a high stage.
Yeah, I highly encourage anybody, even if you're relatively new, highly encourage them to get onto a Nationals platform as soon as you can. You know, so many people hesitate or don't want to come to Nationals. They feel they're not strong enough or they're not ready for it. But I think the earlier you can get that big stage experience, the more times you can step on a national platform, you know, the more comfortable you'll be with it. It'll make those local meets so much easier to deal with. As Natalie Koos takes her opener. Natalie also new to the sport. That is a competition PR for her, a huge one, it looks like as well. Good lift there. Got Devontae Jones coming up, platform 2, Daniel Resnick, platform 1. Again, another personal best opener for Danielle. So far, it looks like her competition best, 120 kilos, 264 pounds. And she's opening at 140, 308 pounds rare.
It's great to see Devontae kind of decked out on the new A7 kind of gear. We're so happy to have A7 a part of Powerlifting American Nationals this year.
Yeah, looks great. Great wardrobe he's got going on there. It's a 2-to-1. Death call from one of the side judges. That gold trim on the sleeves, on the singlet, really makes those gold chains shine. Quite a look right there. That was a good lift on platform 1 as well. So we've got, so far, all but one opener has been good. So one called for depth, but it was close. I'm sure we'll see him come back, hit that pretty easily. Nathaniel Gutierrez taking 205 on platform 2.
Yeah, it's just 10 under his personal best.
Then we've got Kian from Irvine.
Seems like she has a bit of a fan crowd here today. Got some cheers as she walked into the platform.
The cheering section. We're not too far. In fact, we are mere yards from the California border here. A strong presence from California lifters today as Nathaniel. That is a heavy-looking opener right there. So that's going to be one to watch. That's 10 kilos under his personal best. It's 205, competition best 215. We go back to the strategy openers. That is a tough opener. It's going to be interesting to see what his second, not just what he calls for his second attempt, but how it looks. Because, again, smooth, didn't hit a sticking point, but that took a good amount of effort. That's one of the slower openers you'll see.
Let's see what Molly Jones can do. I love the hair matching the belt and the shoes here on platform 1.
Absolutely. Molly Jones representing Ironside Gym in Portland, Oregon. She's opening 10 kilos under her opener.
We have Kyle Johnson on platform 2. He's been competing in the sport for about 2-3 years now. His opening attempt at 225 kilos today.
And we're up to 4 reds on the bar for the first time in this session. Yeah, real strong, confident opener. No problem there. Platform 1, we're back to the top of the order. Back to second attempts. Myra taking a 10-kilo jump from her opener. This is 2.5 kilos under her personal best. First one came up pretty easy. Would expect this one to come up as we increase that bar a little more on platform 2 for Jose Lagunas.
He's coming in way over his personal best.
Very much so. This would be a 22.5 kilo PR on the platform for Jose. As we see Myra, yeah, another easy attempt from Myra. I think she looks good for a PR over there. Let's see what she calls on her third attempt.
Let's see what Jose can do. This is a big jump.
That's a big jump from his PR. Pretty confident, strong walkout, handling the weight well.
He gets the down command.
No problem, man. That sure didn't look like a 20-kilo PR.
He looked ready for that.
Great squat from Jose.
The bar is loaded for Olivia Quinn, making a 7.5-kilo jump from her first attempt, moving up to 127.5. Right over her personal best.
I see her shaking a little bit, but the walkout, strong and confident. Sean Miranda comes out, 232.5 on the bar.
A veteran of the sport. Great to see him out here today.
A doctor of physical therapy, somebody well-versed in the workings of the human body.
As he gets ready for his first squat attempt of the day.
Xana Rosenquist over on platform 1, taking a 10-kilo jump. She opened with a 7.5-kilo competition PR, so she's looking to boost that number up another 10 kilos. Real strong from Sean. No doubt about it. That's well under his competition PR at 255, and that's about how an opener should look.
A little bit of a grind there for Xana, but great to see her get that. Let's see what the judges say.
Yeah, she's well into PR territory. 3 whites, no doubt about it. Platform 1 goes up to 132.5 for Brittany. Southgate, Michigan.
Just entered her sport. Her first meet was just last month. It's great to see her out here hitting PRs all across the board. Let's see what she can do.
Yeah, it looks like she was able to jump in at just the last minute to be able to qualify for nationals here. So I think a good strategy on her part. Looks like that first meet, she kept everything light. Great technique, very smooth second attempt. She had plenty of kilos left in reserve. It's Hao Shen.
On his second attempt now on platform 2.
Yeah, good positions there. It took a little bit of effort, but again, not too challenging. I think that's a well-chosen second attempt weight right there.
It looks like his coach was very pleased with that lift there.
Yeah, as he should. We got Manasa and Warrior from New Mexico representing the Native Gains team. Real strong Pueblo presence in the lifting world in New Mexico. Some great lifters from the various Pueblo communities that show up to our state meets. There's a good lift from Courtney Slavin over on platform 1. Little bit of a effort required there, but again, I think good as a second attempt. You know, we talked about the opener strategies already, and you know, each attempt has its own set of strategies and tactics. You know, similar to the opener, you don't want to go so heavy as Manasa drives.
Yes.
Very gritty. Oh, but did he jump the rack command? Judges says front, head judge says yes. Side judges say no. That's a good lift. Real gritty attempt for Manasa to go to Matt Hayne. Matt was the only lifter of this session to miss his opener just on depth. It was very close. I'd expect him to come back and hit this with 5 kilos more as Jodel Patino.
Moving up 15 kilos, 145 for the second attempt there.
That's a good lift as well. Yeah, some great attempt selection over on platform 1.
Let's see what Matt can do on platform 2. Had a little issue with the depth on the first lift.
And
plenty of time to get these other 2 lifts in, though.
And he's still, even though he came up, he's still 7.5 kilos under his competition best. So weight that he's handled before. So he's got mentally, that should give him some confidence with a nice clean gray and black A7 singlet. Let's see what the judges say on this one. That looked a little lower than the first one. And the judges agree, so it's 2-1, and he's in the meet.
Nice. We have Danielle Fiesta moving up to 145 for their second attempt today.
Yeah, another good-looking second attempt there for Danielle. 3 whites, no doubt about it.
Benjamin Matthews takes platform 2 in the purple SBD gear, moving up to 187.5 for his second squat of the day.
He's even got the shoes to match the rest of the kit. Purple across the board, the wrist wraps, grinds through that sticking point. Real good attempt. What did the judges say? Yeah, 3 whites.
Beautiful lift.
No doubt about it. Natalie Coos takes 147.5. Also a newcomer to the sport. That's a good rebound out of the bottom. Yeah, 3 whites for her as well. Great attempt selection over on that first platform. No missed lifts so far. You know, looking at the second attempts, you know, again, you want somewhere in between that opener and that third attempt. You don't want to go make so big of a jump that it totally gasses you because, you know, again, you got 3 attempts, so you want to space them out just evenly, build that total. So ideally, if your training has gone well, that second attempt, usually you want to aim for a PR on the second after a smooth opener.
Brandon Flores there tying his personal best on his second attempt.
And he definitely looks good for more as well. Hope to see a PR from him. As Danielle, another lifter who opened 20 kilos over her PR, went up another 20 for a 30-kilo PR, and that's another PR lift for her, 3 whites.
Fantastic outing so far for her.
Really good lifting so far to start the day.
Yes. Andrew coming up next on platform 2, wearing his USA SBD singlet. 200 kilos for this second attempt.
Some have called him the 007 of powerlifting. International man of mystery. And that looks like a good lift. What did the judges say? Yeah, 3 whites, 3 whites. That's still a ways away from his competition PR. We'll see if he tries to close the gap to it as Kien stands up with 152, but had 2 reds, one from the head judge, one from the side judge for depth, but the other side judge thought it was good.
Molly coming up next on platform 1, shooting for 155, just 5 kilos under her personal best.
That's actually the first missed attempt that we've seen on platform 1. Again, really good attempt selection so far for the women over on that first platform as Jamison Atkins takes 200 kilos, 10 kilos under his personal best. His opener looked really solid.
It's decked out in the red and black, got a little plaid socks on today.
And then Molly going so far to not only have the shoes and the pink belt, but the pink hair as well.
Nods her head as she gets the bar up.
Strong second. It's a good lift for Molly.
She's clapping after that one.
That was a good lift. Mr. Atkins as well.
And we have Myra up for her 3rd squat. Her last squat attempt of the day, moving up to 125, 5 over her personal best. Let's see what she can do.
Kyle, I'd say this is a pretty good spread of attempts right here. So opened at 107.5, went up 10 kilos, 117.5 on her second, and then 7.5 kilos for her third. So that's a pretty good-looking 3-attempt spread for the squat. And this would give her a 5-kilo competition PR. And yeah, with pounds strength in reserve, 3 whites, no doubt about it. Real strong performance so far from Myra there is Devonta Jones.
With the gold trim, moving up to 212.5 today for a second attempt.
With authority on that one there. That's just 2.5 kilos under his competition PR. Kyle, you'll think he's good for a nice platform PR in his 3rd attempt?
I think so, yes. But let's see what Zana can do. Coming up with 130, 20 kilos over her personal competition best for her 3rd and last squat attempt.
That took a little work, but it's 3 whites. 3 whites, 3 for 3.
She high-fives her coach leaving the platform.
Yeah, again, real strong, very intelligent attempt selection over on platform 1 as Olivia Quinn looks to increase her platform PR. Already hit a 2.5 kilo PR on her second. Looking to go another 5 kilos up is Nathaniel Gutierrez. So his opener,
there's a little bit of a grind there.
It took a little work. This is 5 kilos over his competition PR in the now rarely seen Inzer singlet.
Moving up 15 kilos from his first attempt.
Very strong intentional descent. And no, just not there. It's not there. That opener really took a lot out of him. Wonder if maybe he had a challenge cutting, something like that. He's not looking at his best today. And the techniques together. Technically, everything looks good, but maybe just not enough gas in the tank for whatever reason. So we throw it over to Brittany, 137.5, as she looks to further. Likewise, so many other lifters on platform 1. Just PR after PR city over there on platform 1.
Big performances today on platform 1.
And not quite, but 2 for 3. I think the big thing here, Kyle, fortunately we haven't seen anybody in danger of bombing out in this first session, so everybody's going to have at least one good squat attempt going to the bench press here.
We have Kyle Johnson on platform 2, moving up to 237.5 today for his second attempt.
And that's a good-looking second attempt from Kyle. It's 5 kilos under his personal best. I think he's got a little bit more in him. As Courtney Slavin, good rebound out of the holes, keeps fighting, just stuck about halfway up. That would have tied her competition PR, but 2 for 3.
And I would like to just give a little shout out to our platform crew today. We have 2 teams out here from Ohio State Powerlifting, Nevada Powerlifting. These are great guys. They keeping our lifters safe. They're getting the bar ready for every single lift.
This is the hardest part of any competition, is spotting and loading, keeping everybody safe, and these guys have done an excellent job so far. No misloads on the day either. You know, they're essentially doing 2 jobs simultaneously. They've got to load that bar, not just load it, but make sure it's accurate. They've got to spot, make sure the athletes are safe, and they've done an incredible job so far.
And Natalie grinding out that third squat attempt.
Likewise, PRs across the board. 2 whites to 1 red, and all you need is the majority. That's good for her. Danielle Fiesta going 155 on her third on platform 1, which I would expect to see her hit. This is 7.5 kilos under her personal best. As Sean Miranda goes 245, still 10 kilos under his competition PR. His opener looked real solid. Sean looks like he's in good shape.
Yes, and Sean actually right now is projected first place as he started his second squat attempt.
Got a really good deadlift. Best deadlift so far in competition, 325. 700-plus pound deadlift. A real strong attempt from Danielle. Oh, but 3 reds for depth. Stood up with it, but wasn't quite deep enough to convince the judges. But again, still great performances from platform 1. Hao Chen.
Coming up for his third and last squat attempt.
Yeah, now we're at back to the top of the order.
Moving up to 160 kilos here. This is well over his personal best.
This would be a big 12.5 kilo PR. It would wear no better place to do it than on a national stage. It's Danielle Resnick, also looking for a big PR in her third attempt over there. She opened 140 and gets past that sticking point. What did the judges say? 3 whites. PRs on all 3 attempts for Danielle. Kien, even though she missed her second at 152.5, looking to go 155 on her third, as Hao Shen stands up with 160 for a 12.5 kilo PR. Great attempt from him. Real great technique. He's able to stay real upright through that full attempt. And you see, as soon as he stands up, really throws that head back into it to keep that upper back in place. He walks away with a nice 12.5 kilo PR with a little strength in reserve there.
Big lift here for Keen on platform 1.
Nasa N Warrior, his third 167.5. This will tie his competition PR.
And she grinds it up.
Stands up with it.
See what the judges say? Yep.
Great attempt to come back from that third attempt. Manasa, look at that. Oh, but did he jump the rack command again? What did the judges say? Yeah, well, he got a red card, depth from the front. And he got called with a yellow card from one of the side judges. And I'd say that is the grittiest performance we've seen so far in session 1. It's Molly Jones, 2.5 kilos up. It took a bit of effort on her second. Gets a good rebound. She feels looking confident about it. Can she stay with it? No, gets a little ahead of her. Just lost the groove on her third attempt there.
Benjamin Matthews up next, taking a little jump on his last attempt to 190.
Yeah, but just missed it out of the hole. Doesn't look to be in peak shape right now. That attempt was still 20 kilos under his personal best of 210. But we'll see more from him in the bench press. Matt Haney, real strong mental victory coming back from a missed opener. It's always real hard to bounce back from missing a first attempt at any of the lifts, but the squat especially so. You don't want to get yourself dug into a hole right out of the gate. He's looking to hit a nice 2.5 kilo competition PR here. He stood up with both of his first and his second attempt. That first one just wasn't deep enough. As Jodelle Patino works through that sticking point. What did the judges say there? That give her a 2.5 kilo PR. Yeah, no lift, 2-1 there. And Matt stood up pretty easily with that one. What did the judges say there? Yeah, again, 2-1 on depth there. So the weight was not the challenge, but just having a little tough time convincing the judges, which, it's one of the hard things, Kyle, coming from the local level to the national level, especially if this is your first national meet, is usually have to deal with some stricter judging standards at these higher levels. So, I was talking with Bill Clayton, vice president of Powerlifting America, who's, he's now 72, and his first meet he did when he was 17. So we're looking at almost 6 decades in the sport. And there used to be it wasn't a rule, but a position stand that the squats had to be convincingly deep. You had to convince, without a shadow of a doubt, to those judges that squat was deep enough. That's not the case anymore, but the standards still very strict, very high at the national level in Powerlifting America. So we kick off flight 2 of session 1 over on the first platform.
Stephanie coming up with the green A7 singlet. Opening attempt a little above her personal best at 110 kilos today.
I've seen a lot of that today, especially on platform 1. But again, good sign that you were confident in your training coming into this. Man, really hits the hole hard. A little sticking point coming up, but not too much of a challenge. And it's 2-1. She gets a depth call from the head judge. But she's in the meet there. Another newcomer to the sport as well. It says it's just in her first year. And then we go to Rachel Johnston, 12 years in the sport, seasoned veteran here.
Andrew on platform 2.
26. Strong one from Andrew. Again, still well under his competition PR at 235. But he's 3 for 3 coming out of the squats. Rachel, 5 kilos under her personal best. First meet was in 2013. A lot of experience for her. And as you would expect, easy opener, 3 whites there.
Next up on platform 2, we'll see Jamison Atkins with his last attempt. Moving up 12.5 kilos to 212.5 today. This is 2.5 over his personal best.
Jamison looked strong on his first 2. I'd expect a PR squat from him here. Kelsey Trapp takes 117.5. It's just 5 kilos under her competition PR. Jamison with those plaid socks to match the plaid metatarsal straps on the shoe. Stands up with it, but was it deep enough? He looks satisfied with it. But what did the judges say? Yeah, 3 whites. 3 whites, and that's a PR for Jamison.
Another new lifter on platform 1. Here comes Carla Sanchez. Her opening attempt at 132.5.
Also relatively new to the sport. Carla coming to us from Oakdale. First meet was back in August of last year. Great to see so many relative newcomers to the sport coming to nationals here. Like you said earlier, take advantage of the fact that you can make it to nationals. It's not only, it's a great time, it's a great way to connect with other lifters.
You got Nate Gutierrez on his last attempt. He failed his second, attempting the same weight. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, he had a real tough opener at 205. Took a lot of work and just couldn't stand up at 220. So let's see if he can come back and hit 220 here. This would be a 5 kilo PR. Driving through, let's see. Nope, and stuck at that same spot. Yeah, just not having the best day. But he's in the meet. He's 1 for 3. He can still build that total with the bench press and the deadlift and get himself into a good position as Jiaqi Shen from right up the road in Reno. Coming in with the white A7 single, looking real clean there, and that's a good attempt for her.
Devontae coming up from his last lift, hoping to hit a PR here, moving up to 225. This is a big lift here for Devontae.
Devontae looking strong and stylish today. And those chains looking real good with the gold trim on the A7 singlet and knee sleeves there. Cena Gardner from Peoria, Arizona. It's going to take 140 kilos for her opener, just 2.5 kilos underneath that. Oh, yeah, that looked easy for Devontae.
And the judges
no doubt
agree.
about it. Devontae looking real strong. I'd expect to see PRs across the board from him as we get into the bench press and the deadlift, as that was a good lift for Cena Gardner.
Next up on platform 2, we have Jose coming with 250. If he can hit this, this will move him currently into second place. This is a big lift for Jose here.
Had big PRs across the board from Jose here. His prior competition PR, 210 kilos. He opened at 232.5. And not every day you see someone open with a 20 kilo competition PR, but he's had great command of the weight. Looking very confident. Expect another good attempt from him. Is Hai Thu Tran from Fort Worth, Texas. Real easy opener for her at 147.5. And yeah, Jose stands up with it with some strength and reserve. Yeah, 3 whites. Great performance so far from him.
Yeah, man, actually, that moves Jose up onto the leaderboard right now. Let's see what all the other lifters can do if they can respond.
We got 2 more lifters in this flight here on platform 2. First going to be Kyle Johnson, again, also taking 250 kilos. This would be a nice 7.5 kilo PR for him.
Out of Mansfield, Texas. Let's see what Kyle can do. We have Leon, platform 1, her opening squat, tying her personal best at 152.5.
Somebody else who's been a veteran in the sport. She's been in it since 2019. Knows her way around the platform. It definitely shows there. Even though that ties her competition PR, yeah, that looked like a easy, appropriate opener. Kyle grinding through that squat. Finishes with a big smile.
3 white lights for Kyle there.
Yeah, that's a good lift for Kyle.
Zanae's coming up on platform 1 for her opening attempt. 155 on the bar out of Converse, Texas, right out of San Antonio here.
Converse Judson High School, a historically great Texas football program.
On platform 2, Sean Miranda coming up for the last attempt of our first flight, attempting to move into first place with this 255 kilo squat.
You know, even though Kyle took that 250 after Jose, Kyle's still in second place because he weighed in just 0.8 kilos behind Jose. So Jose so far in the lead in the 83s, but let's see what Sean has to say about that with 255 to tie. Ooh, got a little loose. Yeah, just could see his knees coming just a little bit, lost some of that tension and control right as he got into the hole and couldn't stand up with it. But he's still in third place, still in podium position, finishing with 245 in a second. So we've got a nice little battle coming out of the squad for the 83s as we move over the first attempts
And the 83s is just such a competitive weight class right now.
Very stacked. You're always going to see a real big presence in the 83s and the 93s just because that's kind of where naturally most people's body weights are going to fall. Always some good battles in those weight classes there as we go over to the final attempt, the final openers rather, not the final attempt, but the final opener on platform 1 for Olivia Crusoe, Redmond, California. Again, another veteran lifter, 8 years in the sport, 175 kilos opener, which is just 5 kilos under her personal best of 180. As Boyang Zhu from Baltimore stands up with authority. Beautiful looking opener there. At 22.5 kilos under his opener. Sure looked like it as well. And over on platform 1, all the women there hit their openers. Again, real great attempt selection so far.
Absolutely.
Both flights. Nobody missing, nobody bombing out. Had a few misses, but again, I think real appropriate attempt selection where you see those easy openers, seeing some good PR attempts, a little bit of a grind on those seconds, good fights on the third, but yeah, real good attempt selection over there is Sajun White from Meridian.
Yeah, from his opening attempt, going with 215 on the bar today.
Dion Stanfill kicking off second attempts on platform 1, 90 kilos, 10 kilos under her PR. I would expect her to try to tie, if not exceed, her PR on her third attempt a little bit.
And Stephanie Bazan coming up next on platform 1. Moving up 7.5 kilos, putting 117.5 today for second attempt.
Mr. White blows up his first attempt there, with authority. Looks like bar stuck in there. He's helping out the spotters and loaders. Stephanie Bazan, pretty easy opener. She got a little out of the groove coming out of the hole, but the weight wasn't super challenging. She was able to stand up with it. Again, relatively new to the sport. First meet was just back at the end of December. Yeah, technically a much better lift than her opener. And even though the head judge said it wasn't low enough, side judge disagreed. 2 whites, 1 red for her second.
Yeah, Caleb Calhoun on platform 2, opening at 215. We're in that green SBD.
Yeah, beautiful. Real good look at openers so far in the second flight on platform 2. Kelsey Trapp in her second attempt at 125, looking to exceed her competition PR of 122.5.
Veteran of the sport. Let's see what Kelsey can do.
I think this is where the big difference you're going to see between these relative novices compared to the more experienced lifters, it's really going to be attempt selection. The more experience they have, the better they know their bodies, the more they know how to adjust on the fly in the middle of a meet like this and gauge their attempt selections accordingly. And we've seen that so far, as that was a 2.5 kilo PR for Kelsey, but looked pretty easy. Expect to see more. Yeah, real strong attempt opener from Aaron Clout. 220, 17.5 kilos under his PR.
Rachel Johnston coming up next on platform 1, attempting a 10-kilo jump, 125 on the bar.
Another veteran, 12 years in the sport, and still hitting PRs. That was a 5-kilo PR for her. And we've got 4 reds loaded onto platform 2 for Samuel Wheeler out of Edwardsville. 17.5 kilos under his PR. Yeah, much more conservative attempt selection, or opener selection rather, on platform 2 than we saw in that first flight. And pretty easy opener there. As 140, just a little bit too much for Carla Sanchez on platform 1, but she's got another attempt to come back and hit that. So we go to Jiki Shen. She's going to go for a PR, 2.5 kilo PR. That clean white A7 singlet.
Oh, yeah. 142.5.
Seeing some beautiful kits from A7 so far today. John Tong, also from Texas. Opening at 235, well under his PR, almost 40 kilos under his PR. So looking to be pretty conservative on the opening attempt. I know you got to wonder, we talked about opening attempts, and obviously you want to make it manageable, but you don't want it so light that you need to make a real big jump. I don't know, maybe he's just being especially conservative. I don't know if this is his first time on a national platform. He's got 11 years in the sport, so that stands up pretty easily. Judges say a 2-to-1, got called for depth from the front. Be interesting to see what his attempt selections are, given that he's squatted 600 raw in the past. That was well under his best. Cena Gardner going for a 2.5 kilo PR.
145 on. Grinds out that second
real
lift.
Solid depth there. Let's see what the judges say. Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, again, really solid attempt selection across the board. We're seeing a lot of 2.5 kilo PR attempts on the second attempt on the first platform. Almost all of them, all but one, have been a good lift so far. As Jose Vasquez from Ontario coming into 235. Again, another conservative opener, 27.5 kilos under his personal best. Sure looks like it. Stands up with authority. That's a good lift for him.
Yeah, Lee Cassidy on platform 1 coming in at 160 kilos. This will be a new PR for her if she can hit this. Let's see what she can do. Let's see what the judges call for Leah there.
Let's see.
That's going to be 3 white lights for her. Good lift.
No doubt about it. Quite true. Tran from Fort Worth, Texas, already opened with a 5 kilo PR, and she's taking a 12.5 kilo jump. That's a pretty big jump.
Huge.
From what was already a PR, but stood up without too much of a struggle on her opener. Matthew Ortega, 247.5. Again, this is a little closer to his personal best here.
But yeah, platform 2 is just being real conservative with these opening squats. Well, let's just see what type of jumps they're taking in, you know, their second attempts, and they try to battle it out to get a podium.
This Miss Tran, 2-to-1 for a real big PR on her second. And looking good for Mr. Ortega out of Vallejo. 3 whites there, no doubt about it. Mia Jessica Fortuno from Pittsburgh, California. Another newcomer as well, first meet in August. Already opened with a 55 kilo competition.
Ginormous, moving that up to 162.5. This is huge for her.
Yeah, without too much of a struggle on that second attempt there. What do the judges say? Depth looked close.
The judges agree, 3 white lights.
There you go.
Got James Johnson open up with 250, his personal best on the bar right now.
James coming out of Denville, New Jersey. This will tie his personal best. He's walking it out. He's got a good command of the weight. Oh, yeah. Would you believe that ties his PR, Kyle?
No, that looked way too easy to be a PR.
Excellent opener.
Can't wait to see what he does to the rest of his squats. Got Janae coming up, moving up 10 kilos to 165. Looks to be 3 white lights there for her. Great lift on her second attempt.
Easy one for Janae. Olivia's going to move the bar up to over 400 pounds for the first time on platform 1 with 185 kilos there.
And she's currently in first place. Moving up, 185. This will keep her in first. But she's looking for a full podium finish. Let's see how she can do on the second attempt to really get a lead over these other people.
That opener 175 looked real strong, even though it's just 5 kilos under her PR. So this second attempt will give her a 5-kilo competition PR.
Wearing that lovely zebra undershirt here.
Real strong second attempt from Bouyang Zhou out of Baltimore, Maryland. Still a bit under his personal best, and it looked like it as well. It'll be interesting to see what he goes for on his third. We're getting issue with the lights, but we're getting thumbs up from the judges for Bouyang's second attempt. And Olivia missed that second one at 185. She'll have another shot to come back and get it. Even with her opener, she's still in the lead. And looking at the rest of the women in her flight called for their thirds, she will remain in first, even if all the other lifters are successful with their third attempt. So real strong position with her opening squat of 175. Sajin White, 2.5 kilos under his PR.
His second
looked
attempt
real strong there. There's Deion Stanfield, real strong second from her. Yeah, just 2.5 kilos under her PR. And that makes her 3 for 3 on the day going into the bench press. Going to 122.5 for Stephanie again. Only her second meet, her first one just a few months ago in December. She's already hit PRs on her first attempt, on her second attempt. And her second attempt actually looked better than her opener did. You know, it's not uncommon to see, especially for somebody that's hitting the national platform for the first time. A lot of pressure, a lot more on the line at a national meet than a local meet. Sometimes that second attempt, technically better, faster, smoother than your opener once you know you're in the meet, and you get a whole bunch of pressure off your shoulders once you're in the meet. Let's see how she handles her third as Caleb Calhoun takes a second at 230.
A little closer to his PR there.
Stephanie, her third attempt, best lift out of all three there. At 122.5 kilos. Again, PRs across the board. PRs on all three lifts for her. Kelsey's going to bring it up to 130. She hit a 2.5 kilo PR in her second. This will bump it up even further.
It looks like on platform 2, for their second attempts, these lifters are getting a little closer to their personal best here. Getting it a little bit, putting a little bit more on the line here as we get into our underway on these second attempts.
Which really is what you want to do, that you don't want to try to jockey for position on the opener. Just get that opener in so you know you're at least in the meet. Because you don't just have 2 more squat attempts. You got 3 more bench, 3 more deadlifts attempts. You don't want to be short-sighted and put everything that you've got into the squat, because you still have 6 more attempts to try to build that total. Aaron Clout, yeah, real strong. Just 2.5 kilos under his opener, or under his PR, rather. And he's definitely got more in the tank. That was a good lift at 130 kilos for Kelsey Trapp on platform 1. Rachel Johnston is going to take the same weight, already hit a 5 kilo PR on her second. This is going to be a 10 kilo competition PR on her third attempt. All three have looked pretty strong. Samuel Wheeler looking 237.5, still 5 kilos under his PR. Likewise, interesting that we're seeing second attempts on platform 1. Most of those lifters looking to chip their PRs. Second attempts, platform 2, staying just a bit under, a little bit more conservative. Definitely more conservative than we saw in the first flight on platform 2, but it sure looks like it. Real strong attempts. Both platforms, both flights, both of the second flights here in the first session. So Carla Sanchez looking to come back. Walks it way back out of the rack there.
Putting 140 on the bar again.
Not quite. There was little hesitation as soon as she got to the bottom there. Didn't quite have the rebound, the drive out of the hole to stand up with it. But she hit her opener 132.5. She's in the meet.
We got John up next on platform 2, moving up to 250 for his second squat.
Still very much under his competition PR of 272.5.
The bar is loaded for John.
I'd say from how that opener looked, a 15-kilo jump, it's a reasonable increase from his opener. Jiaqi Chen stands up with 145.
That's a new PR for her. Great lift there.
Yeah, like we said, just like that first flight, PR City over on Platform 1 there. Great lifting from the women so far today.
Let's see what John can do on Platform 2.
A little harder than his opener, but still some strength in reserve. I think that's what a pretty solid second attempt looked like, as we've got to go to.
It's 3 whites for John there. Good lift.
Had a little technical issue, it looks like, with the lights for the judges on Platform 2, but looks like we've worked through it. Mike Zawalinski, the tech maven, getting all that sorted out. Is Cena Gardner. Real good. Ooh, almost lost it right at the top, but was able to save it after a grind. That's a 7.5 kilo PR for her, 2-1. Got a call for depth from one of the side judges. Again, just PR after PR. Platform 1, great to see, especially on a national platform, as Leah Cassidy from Portland, Oregon. Out of Ironside training with her coach Patrick Thomas, that brought a real strong team to nationals today. They've got lifters competing each day of the meet. As Jose Vasquez, a little bit of work to stand up with that. It's 7.5 kilos under his PR. Well, that's a 2-1 good lift. Be interesting to see what he calls for on his third. Yeah, Leah Cassidy opened with 152.5, looked tied her PR for a 7.5 kilo PR in her second. Still had some strength in reserve there. She goes for 165.
His third attempt. Let's see what Leah can do.
Stands up with it.
She nods her head.
What did the judges say on that one? Yeah, 3 whites. 3 whites from the judges.
And we got Matthew Ortega coming up next, attempting a new PR for his squat. A big lift for Matthew here.
Likewise with the rest of this flight. Easy opener. A 12.5 kilo jump to a second. I'd say that's pretty reasonable. Expect this to come up without too much of a struggle and still leave him a little bit of kilos in reserve for his third, as Janae Avila looking for another 2.5 kilo increase over on Platform 1. Good control on that descent from Matthew, as Janae can't quite stand up with 167.5. She's 2 for 3 coming out of it. What did the judges say for Matthew? Did we get the lights for that one, Kyle?
No, we do not.
And we're having some tech issues over on Platform 2. It looked like a good lift.
Next up, we're seeing James Johnson come in at 262.5. Well over his personal best. James Johnson, a project engineer from New Jersey, been competing about 4 years now.
Got Hawaii through Tran. Oh, stood up with it, but 2-1 no lift on depth. He's having a strong performance though so far. Yeah, James blew up that opener even though it tied his PR. Yeah, a little more work on the second, but stands up with it. Comes down to the judges.
We got Mia Jessica Fortuno coming up, hoping to get a little podium after the squats right now. This 170 would move her into projected second place.
Oh, not quite. Can't quite stand up with it, but she walks away with a 62.5 kilo competition PR, which is, don't see that every day, Kyle.
That is huge.
I don't know if she was just trying to qualify for nationals or what, but that is you don't see 60 kilo single lift PRs. You might see that on the total, but for a single lift, that's a big jump there. As we kick off third attempts now, this is where it'll get interesting. On Platform 2, Yang Zhu looking to chip His competition PR, opener and second attempt look good. Oh, yeah. Plenty of momentum to drive through that sticking point. No doubt about it.
I love the intensity that he has in those lifts.
So Olivia Caruso couldn't get 185 on her second and not quite. But even though she's just 1 for 2 coming out of the squat, she's still in first place. Another Ironside athlete with Coach Patrick Thomas over there. So he's got 3 athletes in that same platform over there today. All 3 looking real strong.
And that wraps up our squats on platform 1 as our team gets situated for the bench press.
Another shout out to the spotters and loaders over there, keeping everybody safe. No misloads, no dumps. Great job from that spotting and loading crew over there. Sergeant White.
Hello and welcome back to 2026 Powerlifting America Open Nationals presented by A7. We are just underway from our first bench press attempt on Platform 1 as Courtney hits the bench. This is a great time to give a small shout out to our sponsors who make this all possible. I'd like to shout out A7, Eleiko, Avansis, and Evolve. All these partners and sponsors make these national meets possible. Make sure to support the people who support powerlifting as Courtney gets us started on this bench press. 3 white lights for Courtney there. Next up on Platform 1, we have Xana with her opening attempt at 67.5 kilos, right above her personal best on bench.
Yeah, she crushed it on the squat. Openers on all, PR on her opener, PR on her second, PR on her third. Real strong performance so far from her. Seen a lot of that over on Platform 1 out of the women. Again, the good sign that your training went well, that you're feeling confident coming into this. If you can open with a PR, not just at the local level, at a national stage, I think that shows you've got some, you've got a mentally strong athlete right there. Real big arch from Xana too. It looks good.
And today all of our lifters will be squatting, benching, and deadlifting on Eleiko equipment. Today we have the new Eleiko Sky pads out for bench press. A little bit of a softer pad allows the lifters to kind of sink into it. You have Myra up next, attempting 67.5 today for her first attempt.
And Kyle, I gotta say, as you get stronger, as you start to see those bigger lifts, what a huge difference good equipment makes, especially the barbell. I can tell you personally now that I've got squats into the mid 700s. You really start to feel the difference in the, we talked about it's not so much the tensile strength, but the ability for that bar to not permanently deform and whip too much with a heavy weight on your back.
These are the brand new Eleiko powerlifting competition bars, just released a few months ago. These bars are as good as they are going to get for powerlifting. We have Olivia up for her first attempt, 72.5. A little conservative for the opener, but makes plenty of sense. Want to kind of get settled in here before you really try to hit those PRs and try to move yourself onto a podium spot.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the openers are once we get back into the 83s on Platform 2, because, again, we saw some pretty aggressive opening squats in that first flight, including we only saw one missed opener. It was just due to depth. It wasn't an issue with the weight, but we did see a few people go 1 for 3 on the squat. We saw some people, judging by their openers, I thought they were going to go 1 for 3 and were able to grind out that second attempt. So we'll see. Hard to say if that's going to inform if they change their openers in the bench press. You put in your openers when you first come in and weigh in, but you do have an opportunity to change them so long as it's far enough out from that first attempt from the flight.
Yeah. Brittany up next, who just blew us away in her squat PRs. Opening with a 45-kilo PR on bench with 75 kilos. Huge day for Brittany here.
You don't see that every day, do you?
No, she came here to compete.
That's a good lift. Good lift so far for the first 5 lifters on Platform 1. Molly with the pink shoes, the pink belt, and the pink hair to round out the kit, opening at 75 kilos. Just 5 kilos under her PR of 80. Another lifter from Ironside Training under Coach Patrick Thomas with the Team USA jacket off to the side of the platform there. Real good stable of lifters out of that gym in Portland.
And here on bench, shoes matter a lot as you drive your feet into the ground. Just making sure they don't slip and making sure you have full control of the bar.
Something I learned from, I had the opportunity to train with some really talented lifters from Ukraine and Kyrgyzstan when I lived in Chicago. Something I learned from them was, some of them, while they didn't squat in heeled shoes, they would all bench in heeled shoes. One, because, you have a solid sole that you can more efficiently, more effectively drive your legs into the platform with, but also would allow them to get their feet a little further back than they usually would with flat shoes because of that elevated sole, because of that elevated heel, which translated into just a little bit more of an arch. And in a game where it comes down to just every centimeter matters, every kilogram matters, taking advantage of little things like that can really make a difference. So the footwear, not just for the squat, not just for the deadlift, but yeah, in the bench press and well, Kyle, can really make a difference in your bench press performance. All right, we're coming up on the first attempts here on platform 2.
About a minute out, yes. Well underway on platform 1.
We've got the weight loaded, but we can't quite say bar is loaded yet on platform 2. It's Kien from Irvine, California, opening with 5 kilos under her PR. The pretty flat back as well, not much of an arch over there.
Great attempt by her. That's 3 white lights.
Yeah, easy opener so far on platform 1. Almost identical to how it was in the squats over on that platform. Very conservative, very intelligent opener selection for the women in the 63 kilo class. That's where you've got 15 seconds before we can say bar is loaded, platform ready for the 83 kilo class over here on platform 2. As Jodelle Patino opening at 5 kilos under her best raw bench press, but she has benched 130 kilos.
We are
equipment
underway on platform 2. Hal's opening attempt at 90 kilos, tying his personal competition best.
Yeah, we saw some real strong squatting from him. He went 3 for 3 and finished with a 12.5 kilo PR there. Very smooth opener from Hal, coming out of Santa Clara, California.
Natalie takes the bar on platform 1, attempting 85 kilos, well above her personal best of 55.
Seeing some incredible PRs here over on platform 1. Kyle, what I would give to be able to shoot for a 30 kilo PR in any individual lift at this point in my lifting career.
It's just incredible to see all these athletes out here really competing. As Danielle takes platform 1, also attempting a personal best, a 15 kilo jump up to 95 kilos, hoping to finishing in first place after this first attempt. Jamison finding his way on platform 2, opening at 100 kilos.
She's looking strong so far. Danielle hit a 25 kilo PR.
Incredible.
On her squat. Yeah, huge. Great performances, especially from the 63 kilo women over on that first one, as Jamison opens with an easy 100 kilos. 12.5 kilos under his competition PR, so no surprise that one was easy.
Got Brandon Flores finding his way to platform 2, opening up at 100 kilos as well.
So waiting to see the lights over on platform 1. Might be running into another tech issue. See,
got at least 2 thumbs up. Can't see the third ref, but looks like a good lift.
That's all we need there. Brandon Smoke Show. About 100 kilos on his opener, but still got a red. Let's see, we got a red with a red card from the side judge there. But still easy. Manasa and Warrior. Team Native Gains out of the land of enchantment. Beautiful state of New Mexico. I'm a little biased being a New Mexico resident myself, but he's had one of my favorite performances so far. He did not have an easy opener. I was not too sure how he bounced back from that, how his second would look, but man, did he really drive up both his second and his third attempt. Really gritty performance from Manasa. And that looked like that's definitely been the easiest attempt so far. Oh, but no lift, no lift. He's got the yellows from the side judges there. So no lift, but he'll come back. He can come back for that. Weight definitely wasn't a challenge. As we go back to the top of the order, Courtney Slavin hit her second attempt at 65 kilos. Xana Rosenquist opened with a 2.5 kilo PR. Now looking for a 7.5 kilo PR. Blows it right up. What do the judges say? Yeah, 3 whites.
As we see these, our platform team doing lift-offs, what's kind of the strategy and support that provides for the lifters on these benches?
Everybody's got a personal preference right now. We're seeing Nathaniel right now who's electing not to take a handoff. You'll see plenty of lifters in the, in these raw divisions that will take it out of the racks by themselves, even at much heavier weights. What that helps do is, it used to be the case that you could have your coach or a teammate, somebody else, come up to the competition platform and give you a handoff exactly the way you want it. But a few years ago, that rule changed. You cannot have your own elected handoff person. It's got to be one of the spotters and loaders from the platform crew. And that definitely makes it a challenge. We saw lifters having issues with that, especially as we saw benches into the 500s, 600s, and even into the 700s at Bench Nationals back in January. Because it's, especially as you get that heavy, it's a real coordinated effort between yourself and the handoff person. So it adds to the challenge of it if you do decide to get a handoff from one of the spotters and loaders. That's not to say that the teams here, very experienced, giving very good liftoffs, but when you're trying to hand off 700 pounds,
that's a lot of weight.
That is a lot of weight. That is a lot of weight. Absolutely. I talked to the super heavyweight raw champion James Key, a huge 600-plus raw bencher. Blew up his first and his second attempt. He went for 644 pounds unequipped on his third attempt. And he almost got it. He lost it just at lockout. And I talked to him afterwards, asked him what happened there because he looked confident. His training went real well. Blew up his first and his second attempt. His second was at 6'11". Looked good for that 33-pound jump. And he said, the handoff just wasn't right. It didn't get him into the right starting position. Subsequently couldn't finish the lift. So again, it can make an enormous difference. That's one of those things that we're at a meet like this. It's one of those little things that you have to account for.
Yeah, I know Austin Perkins, whenever he starts training for his bench, he likes different people to offer a handoff, just so he can kind of get used to that unexpectedness that he will feel on the world stage.
I can't even imagine when Blaine Sumner was still in the game and took out that historic 1,003 bench press. I just can't even imagine. Not just attempting that, but having to hand that off to him. That's just unbelievable. Well, it makes a big difference. We're going to see more of that. That's to become a factor as we get into those heavier weight classes. As Molly Jones looked like a good lift to tie her PR, and it was 3 whites. She's excited about it. I think she's got a little bit more in her. I would say 2.5 kilo increase from her, but her coach, Patrick Thomas, great coach, great with game day tactics. He'll know exactly what to call it. Sean Miranda blows it up. Takes a little while to get that rack command, but I'd say 3 whites so far.
Yeah, get Danielle on her second attempt. 5 kilo jump up to 80 kilos, right under her personal best. Matt Haney's going to find his way to platform 2, opening up at 140 kilos for his first bench of the day.
Matt had some trouble in the squat. It wasn't so much the weight, but he was just short of depth on his opener. He did come back to hit his second, but didn't hit it on his third. So he was 1 for 3 coming out of the squats. Let's see if he can build that total a little more. And just hovering right at the chest. He couldn't place that any closer. Yeah, and the head judge agrees. Wasn't quite there even with the press command. Side judges give it to him 2-1.
And the bench press here in competition is a lot more of a technical lift than sometimes what you will see at a regular gym.
So much so. And that starts with looking at how intentional these lifters are with the setup. They're not just throwing themselves onto the bench and just trying to heave that weight up. Look at how much time some of these guys spend just getting their feet in just the right position, make sure they can get their arch exactly where they want it. You'll see Jose right here just letting that weight settle before he locks in there. Blows it up, clips the J cup, but that shouldn't disqualify the lift as it did in the system. But let's see what the judges think. Yeah, still a technical error called by the head judge, but good lift from the side judges. Yeah, so much more technical in the bench press than I think your average gym goer thinks. I've worked with people who we can get them to hit a PR just by getting their technique right.
Yep.
Makes such a huge difference. We talked about the footwear. You got to think the bench press is a full body lift. It's not just an upper body lift. It starts with your feet in the floor, how you're positioning your legs, how you're able to lock in your hips, get as much of an arch as you possibly can. And that's before we even get to the arms or the shoulders.
Yeah, exactly.
Locking in the whole rest of the torso and the legs before you even think about where you're going to put your hands, how you're going to position your shoulders, where your grip's going to be, where you're going to put your elbows, what kind of bar path are you going to use. There's so much to take into account here. You could really argue that the bench more technical than the squat is.
We got Devontae coming up on platform 2 for his opening bench. Shooting for 155 here, just 5 under his personal best.
Yeah, he had a very, very impressive performance in the squat. Came away with the PR. He's looking in great shape today as we look over it. Joel Patino looking for a 2.5 kilo raw PR. A little more effort than her opener, but a smooth attempt. Jodelle, a national team veteran. She's been to a couple international events. Again, we get another technical error from the head judge. But still, the side judge is giving it to him. 2 whites. Now we're back to the top of the order on platform 2 with Howe tied his competition PR in his first one, looking to chip it by 5 kilos. Again, Howe, very strong squat attempts. Looking real good so far in the bench press. Danielle Resnick.
Just killing it today. Shooting for 20 over her bench PR with 100 kilos on the bar.
Just raining PRs on platform 1 today.
Yes.
Incredible. God, I hope I'm on platform 1 on Sunday. There's some good mojo over on platform 1. Very smooth attempt from Howe. What did the judges say? That good lift there, and that was a good lift for Danielle. As we go back to the top of the order, platform 1 for the 3rd attempts here. Courtney's going to kick that off. Coming to us from Kuna.
Yep, shooting for 70 kilos on the bar, tying her personal best as Brandon finds his way to platform 2. Starting his second attempt, aiming for 107.5.
Yeah, pretty conservative on his opener, 17 kilos under his personal best to open with and blew it right up. I'd expect this to move almost identical to that second one. Yeah, there you go, smoke show. Looks exactly the same as the opener.
What type of attempt he makes on his 3rd one? What type of jump is he going to do to put himself in that competitive position?
I would expect at least another 5, maybe 10 kilos based on how easy it was. As Courtney not quite able to get it just beyond the chest there. She's 2 for 3 in the bench coming out of that. Xana Rosenquist, another lifter, opened with a PR. Second attempt, another good PR, looking to bump it up even more. So this would give her, if successful on her 3rd, this would be a nice 7.5 kilo PR on her bench, which most meets, you'd say that's a pretty solid PR, but we're seeing 40 kilo
jumps,
bench PRs here. As Jamison Atkins, 110 kilos, just 2.5 kilos under his PR. Looks like a good lift. Yeah, no doubt about it. Through whites. Manasa, I think, making a intelligent 5 kilo jump from his opener, which came up. It wasn't too much of a struggle, but missed it on technicalities from the side judges. So if he can just get his feet where he needs to go, keep his butt planted on the bench, he should be good here. Again, the weight wasn't an issue. He's being definitely more conservative on his bench attempts than he is on the squat. As another, we got New Mexico represented on both platforms here. Land of Enchantment taking over. Myra Armijo, been in the sport 8 years. Myra even lived in Columbus, Ohio, trained at Westside Barbell for a stretch. under the guidance of the great, the immortal Louis Simmons. As Manat's a great way to bounce back from his opener to get into the meet. Myra, real strong push to tie her competition PR.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good lift, good lift. Strong performance so far from Myra.
Nate's going to find his way to platform 2, attempting to tie his PR here at 125 kilos.
Nate had a rough start. His opening squat looked like a third attempt. It was quite a grind and couldn't barely budge his second and third out of the hole.
Let's see if he can bounce back here in the bench press.
Yeah, his opener looked pretty solid. You know, again, it's not just one lift at a time. It's all about that total. So he can definitely bounce back, put himself in a good position. If he can, that's a little bit of a struggle, a little bit of a grind. Looks like if he can just get it into a better position coming off of his chest, it'll be a little easier for him. But that's a 2-to-1 good lift nonetheless there.
And Brittany on platform 1 just hit a 50-kilo PR.
Incredible.
Like, I mean, outstanding performance today by Brittany.
Well, it looks like her first meet was just back in February, so even though she's new to the sport, looks like she just was looking to do whatever it took to qualify to get to nationals and then push her limits here, which is exactly what she's doing. As Molly Jones, exactly what I figured, 2.5-kilo jump from what was a challenging but very doable third attempt. Molly's a pretty gritty lifter. No, not quite, but that tied her competition bench is Benjamin Matthews for a 10-kilo PR. Gets it up. What did the judges say? 3 whites. Yeah, no doubt about it.
He's having a good day in the bench press.
He's having real side. Yeah, good, decent day on the squat as well. In the purple SBD kit. Olivia Quinn, 2 for 3 so far on the bench. This will chip her prior PR. Looking to go from 80 to 82.5 kilos. Hit a 2.5-kilo PR on her squat as well as Andrew. And 10 kilos under his personal best. First attempt move real solid. Oh, and Olivia can't quite get it off the chest there. Good push from Andrew.
Yep.
Now, I have to mention something a little interesting, and I think maybe this is what the side judge called it for. One of the new IPF rules that were introduced in January, but after a good amount of pressure did not go into effect until March 1st, was the upper body heave to initiate the press off of the chest. So that means that if that bar, once you get that press command, you cannot use the torso, the sternum, the rib cage to get that little boost off of the chest. Even if your feet stay flat, even if your butt stays on the chest, you can no longer do it. It requires much stricter technique in the bench press. Now, that tends to be the case mostly with bigger lifters where they've got more mass to throw behind that bar. But you'll see some of these smaller lifters use that as well. Andrew maybe in danger using it there. As it gets heavier, it'll see interesting to see what happens on his third attempt as Matt, 2-to-1 good lift. It's 2.5 kilos under his PR. As Kien looking to hit a 5-kilo PR. She's had a good meet as well, really solid lifting from her. She tied her competition PR squat.
Got Matt Haney on platform 2, making a 7.5-kilo jump for his second attempt. This is just right under his bench PR. It should be a weight he's comfortable with and able to do.
Yeah, hoping to build that total after a rough start. That looked a little bit better. Don't think it's Kien, not able to finish her third attempt there, but 2 for 3 in the bench press. And again, similar call, different card. Different issue there for the head judge, but still 2 for 3. And Matt bouncing back from a tough go with the squat there. As Natalie Hughes out of Oxnard, California, looking for a 37.5 kilo PR. Now again, likewise, looks like she is new to the sport, just jumped into a meet in February to be able to qualify for nationals here, and now is really testing her limits. So
Even here on platform 2, Jose making a giant jump for his PR here.
Open with a 15-kilo jump. Yeah, again, hits that. I'm surprised he didn't set up farther down the bench because he hit the J cup on the right side on his opener. Did the same thing, but not as bad on the second. And so again, this is where liftoffs can really make a difference. Because if you're somebody that's used to either handing off, not taking a handoff, rather taking that bar out of the rack by yourself, where you're just unsure of where the spotter's going to place it, you'll probably want to set up a little farther back so you don't have to bring it out as much. But the challenge is you don't have as much room between the bar and the rack, and you're in danger of either coming underneath the J cup, getting caught underneath it, or clipping it in a way that the judges don't like. Maybe they say it assisted in helping you finish the lift. If that contact's just incidental as it's been with Jose, it's not an issue, but it's something the judges are going to be looking for. It's a strong one from Mansfield's Kyle Johnson.
Yep. 3 white lights there for him.
So Jodelle Patino, that was a 5-kilo competition PR for her. And this will be the last bench attempt for Flight 1 on Platform 1. Danielle Resnick, 102.5 kilos. That is 2 plates, 225 and freedom units over there on the bar, 225 pounds.
That's a lot of weight for this weight class.
A lot of weight. And this is somebody, now this is an interesting, that's already 100 kilos, 20 kilo PR for Danielle. She's been in the sport for 4 years already, so huge numbers for her, for somebody that's been in it for a while. Gives it a good push. What a grind from Danielle. What did the judges say?
Yep.
Yeah, good lift. And more solid lifting from Devonta Jones. He's looking very strong. Came into this meet very well prepared today.
Tied his best PR on that second attempt. Let's see what he can do for his third.
So Platform 2 going over to the 69-kilo class. Great lifting in both the squat and the bench press for the 63 women. 69s, again, also saw great attempt selection. Huge PRs in the squat for the 69-kilo class. I'd expect more of the same over there as we get into the first attempt on the benches. Deion Stanfill out of Spring Creek, Nevada, kicking it off at a little under her PR at 45 kilos. And not quite enough. You know, he saw a little, that right arm was lagging a little bit on his first and his second, but it wasn't enough such that it wasn't too much of a challenge. He couldn't finish the lifts. And that's his first missed attempt of the day. He went 3 for 3 in the squat, 2 for 3, but 3 more attempts to help build that total coming out of here. Jamison Atkins, he's looked real strong in both the squat and the bench press. He's looking for a 2.5-kilo PR here. Stephanie Mazan, real strong performance in the squat. Actually, each 3 of her attempts got easier and better as it went on. Looked like maybe just a little bit of nerves. Technically wasn't the best attempt on her opener. Second attempt was even better. She takes a real fast dive bomb approach to the bench press there. What did the judges say about it? Yeah, 3 whites, no doubt about it.
And those nerves on the squats kind of kick in. It's sometimes your first time really lifting in front of a crowd. But the bench is a little bit more, I feel like, familiar for some of these lifters.
You know what helps, too, is that you don't actually have to look at anybody when you're benching, too. That's a huge part of it. You don't have to look out at the crowd, at the audience. Doesn't get as much into your head if you're looking straight up at the ceiling. Although I know I've been in some venues where you might have a fluorescent right above your eyes, and it really messes with your ability to focus. But not the case today. And a really nice venue here at Harrah's, as looking to grind through it for Brandon Flores. Yeah, not quite enough. I'm surprised by that, given how easy his first and second was. Not that big of a jump either, just 7.5-kilo jump. That's Manasa N Warrior. Tough start in the bench. Again, he got that weight up. Weight wasn't a challenge. Had a technical issue on the first attempt. Came back, cleaned everything up, blew up his second attempt. This is going to be a 2.5-kilo PR for Mr. End Warrior. Easy opener from Jiaki Shen. 60 kilos on Platform 1. See if Manasa can clean this up. Representing the Native Gains team. Strong drive. Not quite there. Not quite there. So, tough go with the bench, but he's still in the meet. Be good to see interesting to see what he does on the deadlift. There's Kelsey Trapp gets set up, 65 kilos. Another lifter coming from Portland, Oregon. Kelsey, real strong in the squat. She came away with a 7.5 kilo PR there. To go to Nathaniel here, much better go in the bench press than he had in the squat. Already tied his PR bench on his second attempt, 125 kilos. Let's look at him a 5 kilo PR here.
I would say this is a huge lift here for Nathaniel.
Big lift, because he's really got to nail it to really keep himself competitive in this weight class. He's really got to finish strong and hit the rest of his attempts. Good control coming down.
Grinding through.
He's staying with it, but not quite.
Not
quite. Yeah, not looking in the best of shape. Again, he ties his PR on the bench, but real rough, and you got to wonder, too, if that aggressive attempt selection in the squat is just taking a lot out of him. Doesn't have as much energy as he would like because of just how much he had to try to push through that second and third squat attempts especially. You know, and we go back to the mental aspect of it too. Real tough to bounce back from 1 for 3 in the squat as well. Not just the physical side, but to bounce back from a tough start there, continue to build the total, continue to build your position in the weight class. It's hard to bounce back from.
We got Benjamin Matthews getting settled in for his third bench of the day, a 132.5. Well above his PR. Let's see if he can finish this up. Not enough there.
Not enough in the triceps there.
Still finished with above 10 kilos of a personal best. Great day of benching from him.
Yeah, it's some good squatting from him today, too. Coming in with good shape. Andrew Sardis, again, still liking the squat. Well below his competition PR bench here. Now, he's been on 2 national teams. He's a veteran of the sport. He's been in it for 8 years. You know what he's doing. But he did get one red light technical infraction from the side judge. Let's see if that is the same case on the third here. Good control coming down. Let's see, a little bit of hip movement, but I didn't see any daylight underneath him.
He
What
got
did
the
judges
bar up.
say?
Let's see. Oh.
Yep, 2 to 1. 2 to 1. Might have been a little bit of daylight under the backside there as he tried to get a little push with the legs. Like we said, the bench, to get the most out of it, you really got to treat it as a full body exercise. Now, there's different ways to do that. You'll see, we talked about that new heave rule from the IPF, which as of last week is now in effect. We're not just the IPF, that means that its affiliates, including Powerlifting America, have to enforce those rules as well. You'll see some people try to more actively use those legs, try to get a little thrust out of the bottom. Most people, you'll see them it stays static just to hold that arch position, just to keep the tension through the rest of the body. There's different ways of using it, but whichever style you decide to use, it behooves you to use those legs, use those hips to get the most out of it.
Great lift there by Mia, who just hit 20 over her personal best. She did phenomenal on the squat.
Just raining PRs over there. Good attempts all so far for the 69 kilo women's. Everybody's in the meet so far. And again, nobody bombed out on the bench in the 63s. You see all those competitors still in the meet as they go into the deadlifts. Looking good so far. So we have 3 more opening attempts for the 69 kilo women on platform 1. As we finish up here, we've got 4 more third attempts here in this flight on platform 2. Jose, strong day of squatting from Jose. Couldn't quite get to his PR of 255, but didn't finish. He did finish with 250 as Janaea Avila, easy opener at 87.5 kilos.
Nice.
That looks good. What did the judges say?
Yep.
2 to 1. Good lift.
1.
2 to 1. Just all you need, that majority decision.
Olivia on her first attempt over at platform 1, attempt to 92.5 as she gets settled in.
depending on how you look at it, Olivia had, both a good and a rough day on the squat, because even though she just hit her opener, missed her second and her third in 185, her opener was good enough to put her in the lead for the 69-kilo class. So she's looking to build that lead now with an easy opener at 92.5. As Matt Haney having a much better go at the benches. He also had a rough go on the squat. Much better turnaround for him going into the deadlift. Some good mental fortitude from Matt Haney there. As Cena Gardner is going to round out the openers at 95 kilos for the 69-kilo women. Kyle Johnson's going to be the penultimate attempt at this flight over here. Conservative attempt here, 5 kilos under his opener after hitting a 7.5-kilo PR squat. We see in the background Devontae getting a little fired up.
Yeah.
He is definitely looked the best so far over here on platform 2.
As Kyle
Real
grinds
strong.
this
Look
one
at
out.
that. Again, you see his whole body being put into that. Not throwing his hips or his legs into it, but that is, you can definitely see where that is a full body lift. As Cena Gardner rounds out the openers of flight 2 in the 69-kilo women's. That's a good lift there. Back to the top of the order where Dion Stanfield, 50-kilo second attempt, 2.5 kilos under her personal best. And let's see what Devontae could do. Very strong squatting. He hit a 10-kilo PR squat.
Shooting for a 5-kilo PR here on bench.
Which I would expect him to get. He's looked very strong. Even though that was a 10-kilo PR squat, he definitely has pounds in reserve today, which is, you think in a national stage like that, that's a great sign right there. It comes straight off of the chin knob and lost it there, so he's going to get called for downward movement, unfortunately. Didn't quite get it in the right groove off of the chest, so even though we got it up, once that bar starts coming up, can't go back down. Even if it's a tiny dip like that, that goes for all 3 of the lifts. But he's looking good. Didn't seem to be rattled too much by that missed bench attempt. Be interested to see what he does in the deadlift here as we kick it off flight 2.
With Aaron Klaus shooting for 120 on his first bench press of the day.
Again, conservative opener, 12.5 kilos under his personal best. He hit a 5-kilo PR in the squat.
Stephanie takes her second attempt.
Oh, it blows it up. She could have thrown that through the ceiling.
Ties her PR. We'd like to see her shoot a little bit higher on that third attempt. She's looking phenomenal on the bench today.
Aaron, likewise, very easy opener. Conservative opener attempt. We go to Bouyang Zhao, who hit a 2.5-kilo PR with strength to spare in the squat. He's going to open at 10 kilos under his personal best.
Coming in from Baltimore, Maryland. A little bit of travel here for him. As Carla Sanchez gets settled in on platform 1. Attempting 62.5.
I would say not only did he have to make a cross-country flight, he's coming from sea level too.
Yeah.
It's a real good performance from him. Both of those things considered. Yeah, very aggressive with his attempts. His squat really hit that descent hard. Likewise with the bench, really just bringing that bar down hard and aggressive, but was able to handle it, get it back up. You talk about some of the different approaches in these lifters. We've seen, you tend to see more people, especially in the bench, be a little bit slower, more hesitant when bringing that bar down so they can keep it into the groove there. Then you'll see some lifters like Mr. Zhu there who will just almost grip and just rip that bar right down to their chest.
Very fast, yeah.
Challenge there is you've really got to be confident that you can nail that groove, because the faster it is, the easier it is for it to get out of the groove. It doesn't land on your chest right, and then you won't have the optimal leverage behind it. And then the trade-off going for a technique like Mr. Ortega there with a good 137.5 kilos. The slower you bring it down, that's that much more energy, that much more time under that weight that you have to spend before you press that bar up. And sometimes that can be the difference between a missed or a made lift. If you can get it down faster, take advantage of a better stretch reflex, better rebound from the muscles out of the bottom. But again, timing is all part of it. And Kyle, we've already talked about just how technical this lift is.
As Rachel Johnson takes platform 1, the 67.5 kilo second attempt. Good lift for her.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Got Sanjun White on platform 2, attempting 145 for his opener. Looked to be a good lift. 2 white lights.
Easy there. He had a good performance in the squat as well.
Kelsey Trapp getting settled in, attempting 70 kilos, a little bit under her PR. First one moved pretty well.
She came away with a 7.5 kilo PR in the squat. A real strong second. Yeah, I would say she's at least good to tie her PR, but I'd say if I'm Patrick Thomas, her coach, depending on how confident she's feeling, yeah, load up 75 for that 2.5 kilo PR.
Caleb Calhoun takes the bench on platform 2, attempting 147.5 for his opener. Looked to be nice and smooth.
Beautiful opener.
And the judges agree. 3 white lights there.
This is going to be interesting to see John Tong coming up here. Squatted well below his PR of 272.5. He only finished at 250, so well under his best here. But he's only opening 10 kilos under his PR bench, so maybe the squat just wasn't clicking through training.
It's curious to see, his strategy throughout the bench and deadlift, to see where he's going to kind of make up that ground.
You know, the longer you're in the sport, the stronger you get. It's so rare that you have all 3 of your lifts clicking at the same time going into a meet. You know, it's one of the nice things when you're newer. Yeah, everything gets stronger at kind of the same rate. You're able to consistently hit these PRs meet after meet, but after a while, yeah, that was...
Sean with the close grip.
Close grip, fast off the chest, but the triceps looking tough. Yeah, he gets called for a technicality from the side judges there. But yeah, John not looking at his peak today, but still putting in a good effort into those lifts. On the other hand, James Johnson opened with his PR on the squat, blew up a PR in a second attempt for 262.5. Third attempt wasn't quite there, but he's looking quite strong coming into this as he opens at 7.5 kilos under his PR. Good 85 kilo lift for Leah Cassidy over on platform 2. Mia Jessica Fortuno going to take the same weight, 85 kilos, to tie her competition best. She came away with a 10 kilo PR in the squat, looking very strong over there as James gets set up, 152.5.
And that looks smooth.
That good opener right there.
Yep. 3 white lights there for James.
Yeah, real strong, good attempt selection so far from James. He's got a good bench press build right there. Real solid, broad barrel chest, short arms. I'd expect to see a PR bench from him today as Jose Vasquez gets set up here.
Got Mia Jessica on platform 1.
Looks like a good lift, one of the judges say. It is.
Yes,
it is.
And that's a huge lift for her.
No misses so far on platform 1. Great benching. That's a long hold there for Jose, but it doesn't seem to bother him too much. Yeah, he gets a red from the head judge, but 2-1. Good lift. Whites from the sides. That's Janae going for a 32.5 kilo PR over on platform 1. Oh. If my information is correct, which it might not be. Nonetheless, that looks like a good lift for her, and it is. It is. That's a good lift for Janae. Yeah, great attempt selection over on platform 1. No missed lifts. We got 2 more second attempts. Olivia Crusoe currently in the lead here. She's got a pretty healthy lead, too. So far, with just 1 good squat attempt and 1 good bench attempt, she's got a 455 projected total, 267.5 subtotal. She's got a pretty good lead over the rest of the field so far.
Good lift there for Sam Wheeler. Hitting 155 for his first attempt.
So everybody is in the meet in flight 2 on platform 2. Nobody in danger of bombing out on the bench here. Good to see. So this is kind of what we saw in the squat, flight 2. I think very conservative, good, well-placed openers as Cena getting ready to take 100 kilos, 220 pounds, platform 1. As that was a good lift for Janae. It was 2-1, but a good lift. Oh, easy for Aaron. Just 2.5 kilos under his PR. I'd say he's got a personal record bench pressing him on his third. Bouyang Zhu again, real aggressive with that barbell here as he goes for 2.5 kilos under his PR. Pretty easy opener at 130.
I just love to see the intensity out of him.
Yeah, putting in the effort where it matters on the national stage. Cena going for 100 kilos here. This will tie her PR. Bar's a little uneven, unsteady, and it might just be too heavy today.
And he just grips the bar and then just...
Oh, yeah.
The speed at which that bar moves is incredible.
But he doesn't have to catch it with his chest. He's able to really hit the brakes hard once it comes into contact with him. So as aggressive, as fast as he is, he's very efficient with his technique. Some great lifting so far from Mr. Zhu. So we go to Matthew Ortega, 145 kilos. This will tie his competition PR. He came away with a 10-kilo PR in the squat. He's looking to boost his other personal records here. As we go back to the top of the order, on platform 1 with Dion Stanfield, 55 kilos for a little PR, not quite there. She comes away with 2 for 3, 50 kilos on her second attempt. Stephanie Bazan, easy lifts across the board so far. 3 for 3 in the squat with the PR. She's 2 for 2 so far. As Matthew Ortega that drives up 145 to tie his competition PR. And then we go to Mr. White, came away as well with the 10-kilo PR in the squat. 2.5 kilos under his PR bench. See what Stephanie does on platform 1, 55 kilos. Likewise with Mr. Zhu, slams it down to the chest. Fast drive back up. Looks like a good lift. Yeah, no doubt about it. Good lifting from Stephanie today. You see Zajan White out of Meridian.
Yes.
Meridian, Mississippi.
Attempting 152.5 here for his second attempt.
And we got Carla going for 2.5 kilos under her competition PR in her third attempt.
Good lift there.
Beautiful second attempt. And likewise, I would expect to see at least 157.5 for Mr. White, if not 160, depending on what his coach is feeling over there. That's an easy 65-kilo attempt for Carla Sanchez. You have 3 whites there, and they chip it up for Jiaqi Shen. 67.5 kilos. This will be a 2.5 kilo PR for Jiaqi from right up the road in Reno. This is effectively a hometown meet for her here. She had a good day in the squat. She came away with a 5-kilo PR there. So she's looking to further boost her total here with 2.5 kilo PR bench press. And no, not quite. But she did tie her PR in her second attempt. It's John Tong.
With that real close grip, attempting that second attempt, 155. Struggling a little bit.
Yeah, Kyle, I'd say that looked identical to his opener there. But no lifts. Yeah, we're saying I think the feet moved a little bit is what the side judge is saying to the right of the platform. Got a red from the head judge to the left of the platform. We've got our statistician, Rodney Herbison, over there to the left of the platform. Does a lot of great work for Powerlifting America. He's an incredible asset for us. As Rachel Johnston blasts up 70 kilos for a 5-kilo PR. Yeah, there you go.
We got a big lift here from Caleb on platform 2, jumping 10 kilos from his first attempt. A new PR for him, 157.5.
Caleb's been looking strong today, too. He came away with a 5-kilo PR in the squat. I'd expect, based on his opener, he'll blow this up too. And we got Kelsey Trapp trying to tie her PR bench press. She had a 7.5 kilo PR on the squat. It's Caleb smoke show. That doesn't look like a PR, does it?
That moved too smooth to be a PR. I'm happy to see him on his third one, where he goes for there.
Got Kelsey, another Ironside athlete, under the guidance of Patrick Thomas over there, and that looks like a good lift, depending on what the judges say. Oh yeah, three white lights. No doubt about it. PRs in both the squat and the deadlift.
Sam Wheeler takes platform 2. 160 loaded on. Hit 155 for his first attempt. A little 5 kilo jump here. As he gets settled in with the bar.
Sam having a good day as well. 7.5 kilo PR on the squat. Flagwood, very smooth second attempt. Got very conservative opener and second attempt calls in this flight, both on the squat and the bench press so far. Lifters really setting them up for success on the third attempt. Says Hui Thu Tran blasts up 85 kilos for a 2.5 kilo PR. Good lifting from her as well today.
And James Johnson takes platform 2, having a good day. First bench went real smooth, attempting 160 on this second attempt.
Yeah, good squatting so far from James. I'd expect, just like our last 2 attempts on the second platform, we'll blow it right up. And it takes a while to get that star command. But yeah, not too much trouble. James also, we should note, no wrist wraps. 2-to-1 good lift. No equipment at all. Geez, no bench, or no no wrist wraps, no belt, no nothing. Almost as raw as you can get. But no trouble for him. That ties his competition PR. I'd say probably 162.5 on his third attempt there for a PR. We got Leah Cassidy going 90 kilos after Mia Jessica Fortuno hits a good 87.5 kilos on platform 1. Leah came away with a big 12.5 kilo PR on the squat as Jose Vasquez takes a little work, takes a while to get that rack command. That's 3 whites over there. Got 4 more bench attempts on flight 1 over here. Leah taking 90 kilos. Try to jockey for position there. Yeah, lets it sink a little bit. I don't know if she meant to do that. Yeah, lost her arch a little bit.
Yeah.
She still comes away with 85 kilos to tie her competition PR.
Aaron Clout coming for a PR here, moving up to 137.5. This is 5 kilos over his competition best.
And we're back to the top of the order here, kicking off third attempts on platform 2. Aaron's had a pretty good day as we look at Janae Avila going 95 kilos rather. 95 kilos on platform 1. Blows up his third attempt for a 5 kilo PR.
Great attempt there by Aaron. 3 white lights.
Yeah, very strong. And he came away with a 5 kilo PR on the squat as well. So he's very much on pace for a PR total here today as Janae gets 3 whites for what is just under her competition PR. As we move on, we've just got 2 more attempts here as we go back. Cena missed her second attempt at 100 kilos, 220 pounds. She's going to look to come back for it. Didn't quite get it up. It wasn't on a technicality. As Zhu, that aggressive style there, gets it up. Is he going to be called for uneven extension there? No, head judge gives it to him. Side judge gives it to him. Rodney Herberson said, nah, but 2-to-1's all you need.
Cena Gardner getting settled in. Attempted 100. Yep, like you said, failed the second attempt at this.
She did have a PR on the squat by 7.5 kilos, finished the 150. Oh, she comes back for it. She blows it up. But let's see what the judges say. 2-to-1. Way to come back for that one. Great attempt from Cena there as Olivia Crusoe. Even with 1 good squat and so far 2 good bench presses, she's in the lead even without a third attempt here. Let's see, she's trying to come away with the biggest squat and the biggest bench press here. A little behind Cena, 97.5 kilos on her second bench. Cena came back and hit that 100 kilos. This is Matthew Ortega for a 5 kilo PR. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. With authority. Now let's look at Olivia here in the lead so far for the women's 69 kilo class. And not quite, just can't quite get it off the chest. But she's in the lead, 272.5 kilo subtotal. 12.5 kilo lead overall coming out of the bench press. That wraps it up for bench presses on flight 2 of platform 1. I get a little bit of a break over here, 10 minutes before we roll back in to the deadlifts for the women's 63 kilo class. John Tong having a rough day today. Again, well below his best in the squad. He's trying to make up for it on the bench press. Opened it at 150, wasn't that easy. Got up 155, wasn't easy as well, but got called on technicalities there by all 3 judges. And he's getting it up. Let's see what the judges say there.
That right arm struggles a little bit.
It has been, but he gets it that time. Way to come back for that. Get 5.
wrist wraps, singlets. Some of the best in the business.
Yeah, great presence here from our new presenting sponsor, A7, this weekend. Huge shout out to them for helping boost powerlifting America and the sport of powerlifting broadly is Brittany.
Who's just been killing it today in all 3 lifts.
Looking very strong as Xana Rosenquist gets set up for her opening deadlift. Opening with a PR. Likewise, across the board, just PR city for Xana. This is going to be 5 kilos. 5 kilos over her competition PR. Relatively new to the sport. Hit her first meet back in August. Already looking to jump to the national stage.
And that bar moves smooth.
Speaking of bars, Kyle, I want to give a big shout out to another one of our sponsors, Alico, providing the absolute best equipment in the world for our national meet this weekend.
Yes, the competition platforms and the entire warm-up room just all decked out in Alico equipment. These meets would not be possible without their contributions.
Yeah, we talked about there's a lot of great reasons for coming to national meets, even if you feel like you're not going to be competing for a podium spot, or maybe you're telling yourself you're not strong enough. It's a real special thing to be able to not just lift on platforms like this, but a nice thing is you come to a national meet of Powerlifting America. In the whole warm-up room, you've got the same platforms, you've got the same bars, you've got the same weights that are going to be out there. So we're not just throwing some cheap off-brand bars and uncalibrated plates back in the warm-up area. You get only the best, not just on the platform, but in the warm-up room for nationals. All provided by Alico.
Kian coming in for her first attempt. 145 on this deadlift.
She's had a pretty good meet as well. Tied her PR squat, tied her PR bench as well. She's opening 7.5 kilos under her, 12.5 kilos rather, under.
Just getting settled in. You get a full minute to do this lift. Plenty of time to get settled in. You'll see a lot of different lifters have their own kind of way of getting ready to lift the bar.
Yeah, and you see a little bit more variety in the techniques here for the deadlift, depending on where you set your feet, how wide of a stance you want to take, or how narrow of a stance you want to take.
As Olivia Quinn gets up to the platform, attempting 152.5.
Olivia also having a good meet. Hit a 2.5 kilo PR squat. Just short of her PR bench. Finished with 77.5 kilos. Her personal best is 80. She has a commanding opener, 152.5, 7.5 kilos under her competition best. We got just a little over a minute before platform 2 gets started here with the 83 kilo men. That's going to be interesting. Both platforms, we got some pretty tight battles, but especially on platform 2 with the 83 kilo men. As Jodelle Patino gets set up here. Very experienced lifter, 11 years in the sport. She's been on four national teams. Competed both raw and equipped. This will be a pretty conservative opener. This is 22.5 kilos under her best raw opener. Her best deadlift in equipment, 193 kilos. Pretty strong deadlift for a 63 kilo lifter. Oh yeah, that sure looks easy for her. Judges say, good lift.
Yeah, we're about 10 seconds out on platform 2. But in the meantime, Natalie comes up in platform 1, opening with 160 kilos. Well over her personal best of 75 kilos. Ginormous jump for Natalie. And that bar moves smooth. Yeah, but that's 3 white lights for Natalie. Great lift there. Great opener.
Natalie hitting huge PRs across the board, but as we mentioned earlier, she might have just been sandbagging a little bit in her prior meet to try to just qualify for here and then really push it. But a great performance nonetheless as Daniel Resnick out of Arlington, Virginia gets set up here. This is just 2.5 kilos under her personal best deadlift.
And we are bars loaded on platform 2 for Benjamin Matthews out of Ohio. Opening with 177.5. Looks like he's wearing those Avances shoes today. Who's having a great kind of competition for Avances. A lot of athletes wearing their shoes. Great presence here at Nationals. Have a booth set up. And that's 3 white lights for Benjamin there. Great lift.
Yeah, you do have a whole lot of choices for competition apparel within Powerlifting America. There is, I think some people have the misconception that there was only one singlet that you could wear
There's
from
a lot
one
out there.
particular company. That is definitely not the case, as Molly Jones
Wearing the all pink now with the deadlift socks.
pink socks, pink nails, pink belt, pink SBD logo on the sleeve, and pink hair to round it out. Very coordinated. That's a very strong opener right there. Yeah, it looks like it. 15 kilos under her personal best, and then we'll chip it for the last opener of the deadlift for the 63-kilo women. Andrew Sardis out of Florida. The good opener there. 180 kilos. Andrew putting in a good meet, but definitely not at his best. A little behind his PR in both the squat and the bench press, but looking to put a good total together here is Manasa End Warrior out of New Mexico.
Yes.
Taking the platform. Nasa's had a tough meet. Had opened pretty aggressively and had to grind it out, but got it up. Did get his second attempt squat as well. Missed his third. As he opens here, sure looks like a good lift at 185. Judges say, yeah, good lift. And we're back to the top of the order over on platform 1, 63-kilo women. Back to Brittany.
I would like to give a little shout out to Evolve, the official training app of Powerlifting America. In training starts a while out when competing for nationals. While we have a lot of new lifters here, some of these people have been training 6, 8 months. And just having organized training just makes it all the difference here.
Absolutely. The things that technology can do for you to help your training, really something to take advantage of in any way that you can. As Brittany stands up, pretty easy 135 for a 65-kilo competition PR.
Oh, phenomenal.
Not bad. Not bad.
Jamison Aikens is attempting his first deadlift of the weekend. Attempting 200 here. Been competing for about a year now.
Jamison's had a good meet. Hit a 2.5-kilo PR in the squat. He's 2.5 kilos behind his best in the bench press, but again, enough to give him a good total. Is Myra. Very easy second attempt. Took a 15-kilo jump from her opener. Still 12.5 kilos behind her competition PR. Be interesting to see what she decides to do on her third. Myra's been around the sport for a while, very experienced. Know how to make the right call. Here is Nathaniel Gutierrez having a rough meet.
I'm curious to see what he does on these deadlifts.
Absolutely. Yeah, he can really bounce back and start to build it, but his PR deadlift is level with his PR squat at 215 as he opens at 205. Likewise, opened real close to his PR squat, and that did not do him any favors as Xana Rosenquist. It's a good second attempt at 140 there. Yeah, Nathaniel he's had a rough go all day. It was only 1 for 3 on the squat, 1 for 3 in the bench. A tough day for him, but can still put together a good total. He at least has a total now. They say, Kyle, the meet doesn't start until the bar hits the floor.
That is true.
Yeah, Courtney over on platform 1, 5 kilos under her personal best. Judges say good lift. Courtney coming from Boise, Idaho.
And Devontae Jones coming up on platform 2.
He's looking real strong. This is 20 kilos under his PR, but based on how his squat and his bench press looked, I would expect him to exceed that. I would say probably on his third. That'd be a 25-kilo jump. Well, that wasn't the easiest. And, he might get called for that. I think he let go of the bar before it hit the and now they let it go. They let it go. He's opting for the hook grip. Looks like he might have released his hands a little early, but judges think it was all right. So that's a good lift for him. He's in the meet. We got Kien Sugiyama over on platform 1.
Attempted 152.5. Right under her personal best. Bar moves smooth there for her.
Easy.
Great lift. And the judges agree. It's Matt Haney comes up on platform 2, attempting 225.
Matt had a real tough start in the squat. Missed his opener on depth, came back and got his second. Missed his third. He was a little bit of a hole going into the bench, but he had a 5-kilo PR on the bench. Real strong performance there, bounced back. And he's looking like he's got some good momentum going into the thirds. It was a pretty easy opener there, just a little under his PR as Jose Lagunas.
Who had a great day on the bench.
Yeah, fantastic day for
Opening with
Jose.
a PR here on deadlift.
Yeah, he had a 40-kilo PR on the squat.
And for a PR, that moved so smooth for Jose.
Yeah, coming out of the bench with a 27-kilo PR, so he's got a lot left in reserve to be able to hit a nice big total PR. Let's go to Kyle Johnson, platform 1. We just saw a missed attempt for Olivia Quinn at 160 kilos on platform 1. Again, she has elected to go back to that. She'll take 160 again on her third. Kyle opening 20 kilos under his personal best deadlift. Yeah, very easy. A little wiggle at the top. See if the judges are going to say anything about that. But no, 3 whites. I think it's a good call there. I think it was maybe just a little too light for him, Kyle.
Yeah, next up we got Sean Miranda on platform 2, who right now is projected to finish in first place. He's having a great outing here today. Putting on 295. His personal best on deadlift is 325. That was a great attempt by Jodell there.
It didn't look too challenging. Still 7.5 kilos under her PR. Again, interesting to see what she'll call for on her third, especially to try to, again, move up in position in the 63-kilo class. Sean Miranda, very strong deadlifter. This is 30 kilo, 295, big opener, but still 30 kilos under his best, 325. Sean not having the best day. Squatted 245, 10 kilos under his PR. At 150, just 2.5 kilos under his PR bench. But he's got a total so far. That's a good opening deadlift. We saw Natalie hit a good 172.5 kilo deadlift rather. Danielle Resnick going 175 to be a 10 kilo PR on her deadlift.
She had a great day at bench, a great day at squat. Let's hope she can carry it over to the deadlifts here.
Yeah, 35 kilo PR on the squat. 22.5 kilo PR on the bench. Now a 10 kilo PR on the deadlift. She's already got a huge PR total with one more deadlift attempt is Hao Chen. Opened with a 2.5 kilo PR on the deadlift. Bumps it up 10 more kilos for a good lift. Molly Jones had a pretty strong opener.
And let's see what she can do with 187.5 on the bar right now.
Good, yeah, took her a second to get it off the floor. She's happy with it. Judges are too. 3 whites is Andrew Sardis.
Lowers the bar real smooth there.
Yeah, very intentional lifter. Looked about the same as his opener. Again, definitely not at his peak, but putting up some good numbers nonetheless. Is Danielle Fiesta, 190 kilo attempt coming up here. Molly Jones is going to go 200 kilos for a big PR on her third attempt. But right now, let's look at Benjamin Matthews, 192.5. Have a decent meet. That's quite a bit below his PR, but putting together good performances. That was a good lift on platform 1 for 190 kilos for Danielle Fiesta.
The bar is loaded for Brandon Flores on platform 2. Attempting a PR here at 195.
And platform 1, we're kicking off third attempts, final attempts for the women's 63 kilo class. Yeah, it took a little effort for Brittany, but that is Kyle, that doubles her prior deadlift PR.
That's insane.
And Manasa, yeah, tough day for Manasa, you know. Or sorry, that was not Manasa coming up. Brandon, sorry, that was 3 reds for Brandon.
Just could not get the bar up very much there.
Couldn't quite finish that.
But Manasa up next, attempted 197.5.
Yeah, pretty smooth opener, but again, not looking at his strongest, especially based on his squat and his deadlift. Xana Rosenquist
coming in huge with 145.
From a prior PR of 127.5. Both lifted. Nasa, that looks stronger than his opener. Xana looking happy with that. Let's see if both of them setting the bar down almost at the same time. I think it was probably Manasa's best lift of the day. Technically the best, smoothest, most confident. So, again, we talked about before, he can have a rough start in the squat and the bench press, but come back for a big mental victory with the deadlift. Is Myra, big jump to try to hit a 2.5 kilo deadlift PR. All right, she's been 8 years in the sport. Real good start. Let's see if she's got it. She's fighting through it, but she stays with it. The grip is strong. Same for Daniel Hernandez. Big attempts on both.
And, yep.
3 whites.
Ginormous lift.
Great way to finish for Myra. 2.5 kilo PR in the deadlift. Great representative of the sport from Los Lunas, New Mexico.
Courtney Slavin coming up next on platform 1, attempted 157.5. Jamison Akins makes his way to platform 2, attempting 215.
Not to knock the guys on platform 2, but man, outstanding performances. Great attempt selection, tons of big PRs from the women on platform 1 today. That's been a great show from them. Looks like Courtney's got to hitch it a little bit. She stands up with it, but that's got to be 3 reds there. No, it's 2 whites. All right, good for Courtney. Jamison, 215, still 12 kilos under his PR with the platter. That's a good lift for him. Olivia Quinn missed 160. So far, that was the only miss on platform 1 for the deadlifts. Let's see if she can come back for this one.
This will tie her personal best. She's done it before. Let's see if she can do it now.
And that would also tie her PR total.
And, 3 white lights.
3 whites. Way to bounce back for Olivia. Great mental fortitude there. Same weight for Kian Sugiyama. This would be a 2.5 kilo PR as Devonta Jones, 12.5 kilo. That first attempt didn't look the strongest. Especially surprising given how strong he looked on the squat. Maybe just shaking off those nerves, and I'd say pretty much about the same. And that lift is good. 3 whites. 3 whites there. So this would be a nice little PR for Kian Sugiyama coming out of Irvine, California. As Matt Haney, again, tough start on the squat, but very mentally strong performance on the bench to bounce back from that as Kien.
Crowd goes crazy for her.
Looking good. Oh, even that's an easy second for Matt. Just 2.5 kilos under his PR. Yeah, 3 whites on both platforms. Yeah, impressive rebound from the squat for Matt Haney. Was able to get some traction coming out of a tough start on the squats. Took over to Jodelle Patino's final attempt, which will tie her raw PR. She has deadlifted 193 in equipment before. This will tie her raw deadlift PR. This will give her a 2.5 kilo PR total if she hits this.
And Jose on platform 2 going for a giant jump here from his best PR, going to 250.
This isn't a rookie either. 4 years in the sport, and he's just blowing up PRs on the national stage.
It's an enormous lift for Jose there.
Great performance from Jose.
Jodelle gets settled in, platform 1.
Locks into that bar, and not gravity too strong there today, but comes away with a 410 total. Good performance across the board there, going up to 182.5 for Natalie Cuse,
who's just been blowing up this entire meet today. I mean, just a phenomenal performance today by Natalie.
Enormous PRs for Natalie as we go over to Kyle Johnson. 22.5 kilo jump. That opener flew right up. It was almost lost his balance in the top because it was too fast as he hit lockout. Natalie, good strong pull, gets a little stuck.
And the shoulders get back.
What do the judges say?
That's 3 white lights.
Wow, huge performance, huge PRs from her. That looked, Kyle could have opened with 257.5 there. That's a 2.5 kilo. That doesn't look like it, but that's a 2.5 kilo PR for Kyle. As we get to the last 3 attempts for the 63 kilo women on platform 1, 182.5 kilos.
We have
Danielle.
a ginormous lift here from Sean Miranda. Moving up to a 315.
Which is still 10 kilos under his PR. So very doable for him. Great pull from Danielle. Huge PR.
Sean gets settled in with those brand new Avantis Austin Perkins shoes.
That gives Danielle a 75 kilo total PR. Sean, not at his peak. He hit just below his PR squat, his PR bench. And that looked better in his opener. Yeah, let's see if he decides to go 327.5. Molly. Initially had put in 200 kilos, decided to pull back to 192.5. So I think it's a good judgment. It's still going to be a 2.5 kilo deadlift PR. This will give her a 7.5 kilo total PR. Oh, she's fighting for it. She's fighting for it. Oh, and just lost the grip at the top. But even with that missed attempt, that is a 2.5 kilo total PR. Good performance from Molly there. So close. So close on that final one. To go back over, kicking things off, 3rd attempts.
Brandon Flores on platform 2, failed a second, attempting the same weight on his 3rd, 195.
Danielle Fiesta going for a 5 kilo PR. Final attempt for the 63 kilo women. And yeah, gravity just too strong for Brandon today. Danielle had a pretty strong second attempt at 190. This will be a 5 kilo PR.
There's a huge jump from her second attempt. Oh.
And not quite.
Just a little too much there.
It's about 30 kilos off of her best total. So not at her peak, but still right at the top of the 63 kilo women as we move into the 69 kilo category on platform 1.
Got Howe coming up on platform 2, attempting 200, a new PR for him.
Oh, great lifting from Howe throughout the day. Yep. Really strong squats, really strong on the bench. PRs across the board.
Yep,
to give him
white lights.
Give him a 40 kilo total PR today. Great lifting from Howe.
Ginormous lifts for him.
So let's see what happens in the 69 kilo women. Olivia Crusoe.
Currently in first.
12.5 kilo lead over Janaea Avila. Projected total just based on the deadlift openers, 40 kilo lead if things stay the way they are. It's Andrew Sardis. The 007 of powerlifting. Very smooth third attempt. 200 kilos, 15 kilos under his best, but really strong performance from him today. Good lifting across the board. Is Stephanie Bazan. I think this is the first of her attempts that has not been a PR today.
And she could have done a PR there. That bar moved so smooth for her.
Definitely shoot for a PR in the second attempt.
Got Benjamin Matthews coming up on platform 2, attempting 207.5, well under his personal best of 240. Let's see what he can do here.
Yeah, he came away with a PR in the bench. He was a bit under his PR in the squat. Now he's standing up with it, still smooth, still moving up the legs. Gets it to the top. What did the judges say?
Yep,
Yeah,
3
great
white lights
finish.
for him.
Great finish.
Got Rachel Johnston over on platform 1, attempting 122.5.
Yeah, nice and easy. Almost too late there for Rachel Johnston. We go to 135 for Carla Sanchez. 135, 20 kilos under her PR. Manassa having a tough day, but looking good on the deadlift. This would be a 2.5 kilo PR attempt. And it's moving. It's moving. He's still pulling nice and smooth. Gets it to the top, waiting for that down command. What do the judges say? Yeah, 3 whites.
Great
three
lift
whites
there by him.
Great lift from Native Game Zone out of the land of enchantment, Nuevo Mexico. Great finish. Likewise with Matt Haney. Real tough start on the squat for Manassa. Manassa had a tough go on the bench as well, but that's shows some real grit, some mental strength to come through and go 3 for 3 with a PR and a deadlift after a rough go in the subtotal.
So the bar is loaded for Jamison Akins. 220 on for his last deadlift. Leah Cassidy on platform 1, attempted 140 for her opener.
Leah, one of many women from Portland over there on platform 1. Yeah, James came away 2.5 kilo PR on the squat. He's a little under his PR on the bench. And
just could not get that one moving all the way up.
yeah, likewise. Sometimes, gravity just too strong. Oh, that flew up for Leah Cassidy. 15 kilos under a PR and sure looked like it.
Devontae Jones takes the stage on platform 2, attempting to tie his personal competition best at 240 kilos as he gets himself hyped up.
Devontae has had a strong meet. Big PR on the squat. He was just 10 kilos up from his prior PR, but man, did it fly. He had strength in reserve. First 2 deadlifts attempt looked about identical. This will tie his PR. A little surprised he's not trying to chip that up to 242.5. Since you're still seeing good openers over on platform 1. Yeah, again, a little shaky, but looking smooth. What do the judges say there? I'd expect to see whites across the board. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Is Janaea Vila. Smoke show with 155.
Big lift from Janae there.
Nice, easy opener. Going 165 for Cena Gardner. Cena, biggest bench of the 69s with a nice round 100 kilos. Very impressive bench in the 69 kilo class, 220 pounds.
Big lift here from Matt Haney, attempting 245. Will be a new comp PR for him.
Yeah, we just mentioned, rough go in the start. Missed his opener, but very smooth, strong. Oh, just gets stuck a little bit, but he's stayed disciplined enough to not try to hitch it. That looks like a good lift for a 7.5 kilo PR. And yeah, 3 whites. 3 whites. As Cena Gardner gets 3 whites on her 165 opener as well. Bar's going to stay at 165 for Mia Jessica Fortuno. Yeah, great finish from Matt. Yeah, missed his opening squat. Man, that is such a tough position to claw your way back from. But he came back, hit some solid benches, 3 for 3 with the 7.5 kilo PR on the deadlift.
So Jose comes to the platform.
Jose, dude.
Having a fantastic meet across the board. PRing on every lift so far.
Not just PRs, but giant PRs. He's already up over 20 kilos in the deadlift here. Let's see if he got his hips all the way through on that one. What the side judges say, oh, yeah.
Have a day, Jose.
Just destroying PRs on all 3 lifts. Great performance from Jose there as we go over to Jiaqi Chen. And out of Reno, Nevada, real close, easy opener there with 165. She hit a 5 kilo PR on the squat, tied her PR on the bench, setting herself up for a PR total as well. Olivia Caruso looking to really secure that first place overall position here.
182.5 on an opener.
Out of Redmond, Washington. She's already got a pretty big lead. She stands up with this. It's pretty well locked in for first overall coming out of this session. Oh, look at that. Kyle, she could have cleaned that.
That was a little too easy. Kyle Johnson was his third attempt, 272.5.
For a 600-pound deadlift. Great performance. Huge PR deadlift from Kyle Johnson. And there we go. Sean, as I expected, 2.5 kilo jump. Again, not at his best, but his deadlift has looked like his best lift so far today. We're going to go 327.5 to bring that bar over 700 pounds for the first time today. Easy lift for Rachel Johnson. Being conservative there, a 5 kilo jump from her second. Still 15 kilos under her PR to go to Dion Stanfill. This will be a 2.5 kilo PR for Dion. And we're going to finish up the first flight on platform 2.
Crowd is getting rowdy over here.
327. That's a big deadlift for sure. 700+ pounds on the bar.
Ginormous lift here for Sean. Gets the slack out of the bar.
Bar is moving. Just gets his hips through shoulders back. He thinks it's good. What do the judges say? 3 whites. 3 whites. So he walks away with a PR deadlift, 716 pounds. Didn't quite get a PR on the squat. Didn't quite get a PR on the bench. It comes through at the end for that. It's Kelsey Trapp. Oh, not quite. There, that's still 2.5 kilos under her deadlift PR. It's looking strong in the other 2 lifts. Maybe just maybe a technical issue. She's got one more attempt to come back and hit that. Bouyang Zhou.
The intensity that he's had on the bench and the squat.
Definitely one of the more entertaining lifters we've seen so far today. Just putting everything he has into every single attempt so far.
Going with a sumo lift today.
Likewise, Stephanie going for a 2.5 kilo PR after just ripping that bar off the ground. Oh, yeah. Open. Oh, let's see if the judges call her for letting go of that bar. The side judge did. Yeah, she didn't quite write it down all the way as Bouyang Zhou rips it up with authority.
Yep.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it for Bouyang.
And got Carla Sanchez on platform 1. Attempted 142.5 for her second attempt.
That's still 12.5 kilos under her PR, so yeah, and looks like it too. That's an easy second attempt. Sajin White said it was Meridian, Mississippi. It's Meridian, Idaho.
220 on today for his first attempt.
The wrong Meridian. Sorry about that, Mr. White, as he blows up an opener at 220. He's had a strong meet, PRs in the squat and the bench press, and I would expect to see a PR in the deadlift as well based on that. On the other hand, John Tong having a tough day today. Squatted well under his PR. He's 22.5 kilos under his PR squat. Just 5 kilos under his PR bench. He's opening well under 227.5 opener, well under his 285 kilo PR deadlift. As Leah Cassidy pulls 150, 330 pounds for a good second attempt. We go to Hue Thutran out of Fort Worth, Texas. Got both Texas lifters, both platforms here. And that is a very strong attempt. That is by far the best he has looked so far today. So maybe his deadlift is dialed in. He can salvage the meet, get a good total there. So you look up, Miss Tramp blows up 155 kilos for a 7.5 kilo PR. Again, great lifting over on platform 1 from the women. Just PR after PR after PR over there, Kyle.
Platform 1 is impressive today. So the bar is loaded for Jose Vasquez on platform 2. Attempting 240 on his first attempt. 30 kilos under his personal best. So he gets dialed in. Got Janae on platform 1, attempting 167.5. That's a strong lift for Janae.
Say that is a good-looking second attempt. A little harder in the opener, but she's definitely got some strength in reserve there for her third attempt.
Bar is loaded for Matthew Ortega, the California native. Attempted 240 on his opener.
Matthew had a good day on the squat. Lower body looking strong. 2.5 kilo PR. Or sorry, actually 10 kilo PR on the squat. He was 5 kilos behind his PR bench. He was 15 kilos under his PR deadlift. As Cena Gardner with the best bench so far of the day on platform 1 is Matthew Ortega. 3 whites there.
Cena Gardner there. Started slow, but finished strong. Great lift there from Cena.
Yeah, very much so. That's 2.5 kilos behind her PR deadlift, so I would expect at least a 5 kilo jump to chip that PR deadlift there.
Caleb Calhoun's up next on platform 2. Having a great day across the squat and bench. Opening up at 250 for his first deadlift.
Yeah, 5 kilo PR on the squat. 10 kilo PR on the bench. Opening 17.5 kilos behind his PR deadlift. Expect this to move extremely well. Yeah, technically he's looked real good, very confident. Very calm on the platform as Mia finishes a 175 pull. The judges give that 3 whites. Caleb, yeah, no doubt about it. 3 whites for Caleb's opener. James, likewise, having a very strong meet as well.
Yes, hoping to catch Sean Miranda from the first flight. Who gets this first place? Attempting 250 as his opener. He has hit up to 267.5 before. Had a great day at bench. Great day at squat.
Yeah, he only missed his third squat attempt so far as Jiaqi Shen stands up with 175. Got 3 whites there. Olivia Crusoe looking to extend her lead in the 69 kilo class as James. A very smooth, let's say intentional opening attempt there of 255. Yeah, 3 whites, no doubt about it. Olivia taking her time for 192. That's still 7.5 kilos below her PR. Oh, yeah, with kilos to spare. There you go. So as of right now, she is a little bit behind her PR, deadlift PR total. I'd expect at least 202.5. It is unlikely anybody's going to catch up to her in this session. As Samuel Wheeler with authority. Samuel likewise having a very strong meet. PRs across the board. You go to Aaron Clout, 270 kilo opener. Samuel as well, PR in the squat, PR in the bench. Opening just 5 kilos under his PR deadlift.
We got Kelsey Trapp on platform 1, starting her third attempt. Failed on her second at 130, attempting again for the third. And she gets the bar up. Let's see what the judges say.
Barely budged off the ground on her second. Way to come back for that. Mental victory there for Kelsey. Yeah, it must have just been a technical error on that first attempt because that flew right up. And first time around, it only came a couple inches up as Aaron, that flies off of the floor to give him a total. Rachel Johnston. Yeah, 130 kilos, 12 and a half kilos behind her personal best. That gives her a good total of 330. Dion Stanfill, as of right now, she's got a PR deadlift. She is just 2.5 kilos behind her PR total as it stands, but this will give her a 7.5 kilo total PR. She stands up with it. Oh, gets a little stuck at the top, and she's grinding it through. It looks good. What did the judges say? It's a good lift. Let's see if she's okay there. Blacked out a little bit. Looks like she's okay. Dramatic finish for her right there.
Yeah.
It looks like she's okay right there.
That's good to see. It's a little scary sometimes on these deadlifts.
It absolutely is. Yeah, this is the one. It takes so much more effort to get it going. The other ones, you don't have the squat and the bench. You start from the top, so you get a little bit of a rebound to get that weight back up. But here, especially as you get to those heavy weights, trying to pick up as much as you possibly can off the floor, it takes that much more pressure, that much more effort to get it going. Stephanie blows up another PR there. That's a 10-kilo deadlift PR for her. Man, she's just another lifter just blowing away the PRs is John. 240, yeah, still 45 kilos behind his PR deadlift. So didn't come in the best of shape, but his deadlift it's looking the best out of all his lifts so far.
So you got Carla Sanchez getting settled in for her third attempt on platform 1. Hoping to go for 147.5 here. Good lift from Carlo there. Judges agree.
Sure looked like it. Leah Cassidy looking to tie her PR deadlift. She's already got a total PR. Prior best 392.5. She's already at 400 with an attempt to spare. Buyong Zhu.
So he gets dialed in.
Oh, yeah, look at the intensity there. Man, just puts everything into every single one of his attempts. Leaves nothing in reserve on any of them. It's Leah Cassidy taking her time, getting set up. Another lifter from the Ironside stable. Not quite today, but again, already coming away with a PR total. Not a lot more you can ask for, especially on a national stage. Matthew Ortega looking for a 2.5 kilo PR here.
Big lift here for Matthew. Hoping to move up a little bit in the standings here. 257.5 on the bar. Looks to be a good lift. Kind of stumbles off the platform. It's 3 white lights, though.
Almost knocks over the chalk bowl there, but
that would have been a mess.
Good save there. We got a good lift from Hao Thu Tran. 162.5. That bar's going up to 172.5 for Janae Avila.
Only a few more deadlifts left on platform 1. What a day from all these athletes over there. As Janae attempts 172.5. Big lift here for the Texas native.
Legs are shaking, but smooth. Not much of a struggle there. And sure enough, 3 whites. 3 whites. She's got 4 more attempts in this session on platform 1.
And Jose Vasquez over here in platform 2. That's 3 white lights. Yeah, good attempt there.
He's pretty happy with that. Just 5 kilos under his deadlift PR. Would expect to see 7.5 kilo jump to his third at a minimum. Get that PR deadlift. Cena Gardner having a strong day. 7.5 kilo PR on the squat. Tied her PR bench, the biggest bench of the session over on platform 1. She's looking for a 5 kilo PR on the deadlift. Oh, and not quite there. Got him moving, but couldn't get it past the knees there. But a good performance overall. Walks away with a PR total. Caleb Calhoun also having a great day. Big PRs across the board for him. As he ties his PR deadlift, definitely going to go for more there.
Got Mia Jessica Fortuno attempting her last attempt at 180, well above her deadlift PR.
Huge PRs across the board for her so far. Looking for a big 180 kilo PR deadlift. Oh, and not quite there. Got the momentum, but not quite. James Johnson also having another great meet.
Yes.
As you said, he's got a little bit of ground to cover to catch up to Sean Miranda from the first flight, but if his deadlift is dialed in, that's not out of the question. Now that's taken a little bit more effort than the opener, but it is a 5 kilo PR, and he's already
Deadlift there by James.
That gives him a 20 kilo PR with one more attempt to spare. Great meet for James. This is the penultimate attempt on platform 1 for Jiaqi Chen. Yeah.
182.5.
And yeah, just stuck there. Lost her back position coming off the floor, and that's so hard to recover from with that rounded back and a max effort deadlift once you get there, because once you get to the top, if the knees and the hips are already extended, you're just relying on really just your spinal erectors to finish the job, and that's a lot to ask for on a max effort deadlift to Samuel Wheeler. That looked like his opener.
Bar is loaded for Olivia Crusoe, attempting 205 for the final attempt of session 1 on platform 1.
She's got provisional first place locked in. It's moving to the top, and her grip slipping. Yeah, just lost it out of her right hand. But
it was very close there.
That was a great attempt.
Great day by the women on platform 1, though.
Excellent lifting across the board. I think outstanding, very intelligent attempt selection there. No bomb outs. I'm looking back at the board. I think everybody on that platform at least went 2 for 3 on each of the lifts. And just, like I said, just showering. There's a hurricane of PRs on platform 1 over there.
Yeah, Sejon White coming up with 245. Hit a PR in his second attempt, hoping to jump 10 kilos on his third.
Hey, we're going back to the top of the order here. Final attempts for platform 2, flight 2.
Yeah, Sean Miranda currently in first place.
He's got a pretty commanding lead over James. It looks like James is not going to try to catch him either. Samuel Wheeler actually with that third. That ties him on the total for second place with James, but James weighed in. It's about half a kilo under. Sajon White having a great day as well. That was a 12.5 kilo deadlift PR. Gives him a big total PR.
As he hugs his coach as he leaves the platform. He's excited for his day of lifting. Good job for him.
Yeah, rightly so. Something that